Hello and welcome, I'm DDF Racer, and thank you for being patient. The stream is now live. I've been having a few technical difficulties here. The webcam, which you can see me on right now obviously, has decided to disconnect randomly. That dreaded USB disconnect sound plaguing me about 2 minutes before I was about to go live on this stream, so sorry about that. If it does go at some point throughout the stream today, I apologize profusely. You're just going to have to look at a still image of me for 2 hours because there's not much I can do about reconnecting and disconnecting, reconnecting a USB cable in the middle of a race using virtual reality. So, bear that in mind. Anyway, it's great to have you here. Thank you for tuning in wherever you are, whatever time it is. I know a lot more Europeans will be watching today's stream because it's a lot more convenient for you. For me, it is currently 12:05 and not in the daytime. It's pitch dark outside here in Brisbane, Australia. It's just gone midnight. Yes, at least it's not rFactor 2 messing around with me at the moment, Mantis. That's good. Sticky, Trev, Adam, Mantis, great to have you here. Thank you for tuning in. It's going to be a good one today. The race that we're doing today is going to be the 2 hours of Virginia International Raceway. I am going to be driving the number 67 Aston Martin GT3 car in a 2-hour race, and it's going to be against some LMP3s. It's a multi-class race as well. I am English, Trev. I just live in Australia. I moved here about 4.5 years ago. Very important potato, Yellow. Good to see you, mate. Good luck today. Have a good one. Keep it on track and get some good points. I'll try to be nice to you. You better be nice to me, mate. You better be nice to me. I'm going to be nice to you. Also, you will be pleased to know that I managed to get the Will DDF Bin It poll working for today's race. Now, for those of you that aren't aware, there is a poll running. Actually, let me make sure that I've actually got that switched on. Let me go and have a look at that. Where are we? So we go to Cloudbot and polls. So basically, during the course of today's race, you can vote using the chat in the live stream. If you're watching this back after the fact, I'm sorry you can't vote. It only works on the live stream, but you can basically decide whether I finish the race or not. A lot of people seem to have it in their minds that I crash all the time, or spin all the time, or get involved in accidents all the time. Whether or not that is justified, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But you get to vote. You get to basically say whether I will or not. So, yeah, get your votes in early, guys. It will be going throughout the course of the race, and obviously, Yellow Binsbergen, very important potato, will be taking part in today's race as a fellow competitor. So, let us get stuck in without further ado. The server has been rebooted, practice is running for the next 20 odd minutes or so, and then basically we go into qualifying, which is a private qualifying session for about 20 minutes as well. We just sort of hang around for 10 minutes, have a quick warm-up, get some notes from the race director, Sean Jacobs, who is going to be looking after it today, and then we go racing for 2 hours. So rFactor 2 is loading up in the background, so let me just bring that in very briefly. There we go. Now, as you can see, this is my car, the number 67 Aston Martin Zansho, and I do have to use my virtual reality headset to move the screen around because that is the height of technology in the rFactor 2 menu. So yeah, we got the right car, and we're going to go racing at Virginia International Raceway. Now you'll notice I've got a headphone attached to my Oculus Rift headset today. That is so I can listen to TeamSpeak and not have it go out to the stream and be broadcast. On the radio, I've got my teammates, and I've also got team engineer, Nick Dealey, who looks after all the setups, looks after all the strategy, and he does make calls throughout the course of the race as to, you know, how's it going on fuel, how's it going on tyres. He can see all of our telemetry, basically. And he just looks after us. But because it's a competitive race, and because everybody else is racing against us, anyone can look at my stream and see how my tyres are doing, how my fuel is doing. That's a competitive advantage that we don't really want to give anybody. So you will notice throughout the course of today's race there will be no fuel information, which is normally here on the screen. Normally this little part of the screen has an overlay on it. We won't be seeing that today, so you don't get information on my fuel and my tyres. And also you won't be able to hear what I hear in TeamSpeak, so a lot of the time I might be talking, but not necessarily to you guys, and not necessarily to myself, just to the people on TeamSpeak, so I'll try and fill in the gaps wherever possible. Jonas, I've been running in VR for quite some time, to be honest. My eyes are already pretty bad to begin with, as you can see. VR is such an emergent technology. No one's really done that much research on the long-term health impacts of running in VR. I personally absolutely love it because you get that sense of depth perception that you just don't get on a monitor. It helps me race better. Not that I can race particularly well to begin with, but it helps me be more consistent, so that's what I use VR for. It doesn't make me feel dizzy, it doesn't make me feel too bad. The only thing it does do is make me feel very warm.
Air and track temps are falling. Air temperature is now 15. The track temp is now 15 Celsius.
Trust me, it's not 15 degrees here. In Brisbane, it's currently a whopping 24 degrees. Now, we don't have air conditioning in this room because it's a rental. I have a ceiling fan on the minimum setting because any more, you'll get loads of wind noise on the mic. So the only thing about VR is it gets a bit warm sometimes. I have considered running on a monitor Mantis, but to be honest, I just don't like it. Now that I've driven in VR for so long, I miss all my braking points. It just doesn't feel good. So maybe with some triples in the future I could do that, but nah, I don't know. I just love VR too much. Anyway, I think it's time to go and get set up and do some practice laps. So, you can see on the bottom of the screen there is a will DDF bin it. You can use the vote in chat, so !vote yes, !vote no, and it will come up at the bottom of the screen there. So we currently have 2 votes for no. You don't think I'm going to bin it in 2 hours of Virginia? I don't know what you're dreaming. Anyway, for the most graceful part of the stream, let's get the headset on, so catch you in a sec, guys. I'm going to put my in-ear in and turn the radio back on. But you can't hear that on the stream, I don't think so anyway. Let me just double check.
20 minutes to go, 20 minutes.
Nope, you can't hear it on the stream. I might turn it on for Sean Jacobs, the race director, when he does the pre-race briefing, just so you can get a hear of that. So yeah. So we got the setup loaded. I'm going to go racing.
Locking enabled.
There we go, the VR is a little bit off, and I have an in-screen overlay, so I'm going to move out the way slightly here, so I can see your chat when I'm racing. Thanks, Mantis. Oh, the frame rate's a little bit poor. There's a lot of tracks running on the server right now. Let me know how the performance looked for you guys. Are you getting a little bit of stuttering here?
Take care, there's a car approaching.
If you are, let me know. I can exit and turn some graphic settings down because I want to make sure you guys
Yellow flag sector 2.
don't have stuttering.
Your tyres are cold, watch out.
Gonna let this guy go past, we're on an outlap.
Sector 2 is clear, blue flag.
Right side, clear on the right.
So here we are at Virginia International Raceway. Driving the Aston Martin GT3 for Zansho.
Sector 2 is yellow. Green flag, sector 2. Think P3's been it.
Excellent, good to know it's fluid, Jonas. I'm getting a few stutters here in the headset, so hopefully that doesn't affect you guys too much. One absolutely fantastic track though. If you've never seen VIR before, it's an absolute roller coaster. I know a lot of people aren't too fond of it for some reason.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
That probably has something to do with it. People being in the fence. But it is all about survival here. I am nowhere near the pace, by the way. Just letting you guys know straight off the bat. I am not fast here. I'm about a second behind my teammates. Who are actually, to be fair, ridiculously fast guys. James.
Yellow flag, watch out.
has basically finished second or won every single race. James Johnson, my teammate in the Zansho car, has basically finished second or won every race. So
Green flag sector 2. Sector 3 is clear. Yellow flag sector 1.
normally I'm within half a second to a second of him,
Snyder has spun off.
but to be honest, I'm struggling to get within a second of him here. Lorenzo Risi, as you can see on the leaderboard, Daniel Abraham Biller has gone fastest now.
Sector 1 is clear.
Yeah, this is an Oculus CV1. Jonas? 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 Not sure how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry if I'm getting that wrong, mate.
Sector 2 is yellow. Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate.
But yeah, this track, it's all about being smooth, all about being consistent.
Sector 2 is clear.
It is very easy to chew up the rear left tyre. The car has a tendency to slide at the rear.
Flag in sector 3.
Makes it quite slidey.
Green flag sector 3. Looks like P3's gone off.
So that rear tyre is going to go. And the more it goes, the more you slide. And the more you slide, the more it wears. The more it wears, the more you slide, and the more it goes. So it's kind of one of those vicious circles. Thanks, Jonas. Mr. Kaufman. I'll call you Mr. Kaufman. How does that sound?
Sector 2 is 0.7 off the pace.
Filippo Caneo, thank you for your confidence in this rate. We now have a 2-to-1 vote in favour of not binning it. And I would like to specify that the bin only counts for during the race. So if I crash during practice or qualifying, it doesn't count.
Green flag sector 1. We think that Snyder has crashed. Sector 2 is yellow. Sector 2 is clear. It looks like Strana has binned it.
Yeah, the VEC race, Filippo, is going to be absolutely nuts. But this is one of the good things about running the VLMC.
Okay, Dan, 15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes.
The VLMC, the Virtual Le Mans Cup, is kind of like the baby VEC. Obviously the VEC, the Virtual Endurance Championship.
Yellow flag sector 3. Yellow flag sector 2.
And the VLMC kind of just mirrors the calendar.
Flag sector 1.
So we get to preview all the races the VEC go to. Oh, running a bit wide there. Keep it to the left because the LMP3 is going to come up behind me.
Car right. Clear right.
Ah, it's a Speedy Mite.
Sector 3 is clear.
One of several Speedy Mite LMP3s in this race.
Sector 2 is 0.7 off the pace. You've got cold front tyres. Yellow flag.
Hey Jonas, there is a way to get hold of my HUD actually.
Green flag sector
If
2.
you
Yellow
look
flag
in the
sector
video
1.
description, there is a link to my Discord. If you go and join my Discord, there's a channel on my Discord called SimHub Overlay with download links and instructions. And it's completely free.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
And if you need any help with it, just let me know. I'm always around on Discord, more than happy to help out. I am working on a version of the HUD for Race Room,
Sector 3.
because I already use one for my Race Room streams and races, obviously, but I don't have a publicly available version.
Sector 1 is clear.
Wushel, thank you very much, mate. Great to see you here.
Sector 2 is clear.
But yeah, head on over to my Discord, link in the description.
0.46.
There is also a official broadcast taking place at this race. So if you get fed up of watching me, and you want to watch the whole thing basically, check out the Sim Racing Club Academy YouTube channel. It's going to be one hell of a broadcast. They have Aidan Millward doing commentary today. And as much as he likes to put himself down, He is actually pretty good. He'll always play himself down. He's a very modest man, but he's a great commentator, great sim racer, great YouTube content creator, so go and check him out on the official VLMC broadcast. I think there's a link to that in the description as well. I'm not sure if I put that in there. Apologies, by the way, if my conversation is slightly broken today. Like I say, there's a lot of concentration being used here, and I can constantly hear my teammates in my ear chatting nonsense.
I think P2's binned it. 8th place. Sectors 2 and 3 are 0.46 off the pace. Sector 1 is 0.46 off the pace. Brake temperatures are fine.
So currently running 143s on high fuel.
Sector 1 is clear. I think P6 has gone off.
Hey Ed, how are you, mate? Good to see you. Wasn't sure if you're going to be around for today's stream or not.
There's a faster class car behind.
Car on your right side's clear.
Gonna have to get used to that today. LMP3's getting past us. That was a bit sketchy. Trying to get lapped through the S's is not very good. Ah, you're watching me from a studio in London. How fancy.
Your front tyres are cold.
Matt Richards, good to see you, mate. How are you?
Sector 1. Sector 1 is yellow.
Thank you for the good luck in the race.
Green
I'm going to need all the luck I can get.
And you have stacked it.
Although, to be fair, I'm going to have a lot of fun today. I've realised during some of the races this season,
Sector 1. Sector 1 is yellow.
I think I put a little bit too much pressure on myself, you know?
Green flag sector
I'm always trying to go for a good result, trying to go for a,
P9.
you know, P5 or whatever it is. Which I know I'm capable of doing, but never seems to happen.
Incident
And the more it
sector
doesn't happen,
2 is yellow.
the more frustrated I seem to get with these streams. Kind of like Nico Hulkenberg and his elusive podium, really. You know, every time he gets an opportunity, he kind of bins it.
Okay, Dan.
So,
Minutes to go. That's 10
today,
minutes left.
I'm just here to have fun. I know I'm not on the pace, and all I have to do is survive. So, I'm going to do just that. I'm just going to survive.
Sector 1.
And hopefully the positions will come to me, and the points will come to me.
Sector 1 is clear. Yellow flag sector 2. Sector 1 is 0.8 off the pace.
Mobile won the grid. Hey, mate. Yeah, slight burn on Hulk there. But it's true, you know, he had the opportunity to win a race with Force India, and he crashed into Lewis Hamilton. He had the opportunity to get a podium in his home race in the wet last year, and he put it in the fence. So, I can relate to that.
Sector 2 is clear.
I can relate to that. So many good opportunities this season, and I haven't really taken any of them. Not all of them my fault. I've had problems with screen freezes and
Sector 2
technical
is
difficulties with rFactor 2, but there are other times when I've got caught up in incidents. I've crashed myself into the wall at Sebring rather heavily in turn 1, as I'm sure you're aware. If you're not, you can check out all the previous VLMC races this season. Ah, of course, Nico Hulkenberg. He is taking part in the All-Stars...
Sector 1 is yellow.
Oh, was it? What's the name of it? What's the official name? I don't want to get it wrong. All-Stars Esport Official... The Race or something? Ah, too wide.
The guy on your right. Clear on the right.
Watch the track limits, please, Dan. Green flag sector 1.
That's something about this track, actually. After about 2 or 3 laps on your tyres, all the grip goes, and your braking points get longer. Car just doesn't want to turn, and you fall about a second off the pace. So the tyres here in rFactor 2 in the VLMC on this Aston Martin GT3, they're only really good for about 3 laps, 4 laps at most. So you really got to get your good times in at the start and then really nurse them home.
Sector 1 is 3.6 off the pace.
Because like I said, if you start sliding that rear left, you're going to chew it up in no time.
Temperatures are fine. The leader has just done a 141.70.
Oh, And that's something else we're going to have to look at. Cut tracks. There's going to be a lot of cut tracks here. It's so easy to...
Past the car behind.
Excuse me. It's so easy to, yeah, run wide, get a cut track,
Blue flag.
get some kind of penalty.
Right side's clear.
Yellow flag. Caution. Looks like you got some minor bodywork.
Oh,
Log building finished.
yeah, that was my fault then.
The guy ahead has just posted a 143.63.
Yeah, unsafe re-entry. I'd locked the brakes. Unsafe rejoin, unsafe rejoin. Very unsafe rejoin. I locked the brakes, I tried to slow down as much as possible. Okay, I'm going to try some quali laps now. So, this is going to be a practice quali run, guys. So I've done some high fuel running. I'm going to do some low fuel running.
Car approaching. Watch your mirrors. Sector 3 is clear. Blue flag. Your brakes are cold. Be careful. Take it easy. You've got cold tyres.
Car right. You are clear on the right.
Yellow flag in Sector 1. Yellow flag in Sector 2.
Okay, let's see what the car's got on low fuel.
Green flag Sector 2.
My lowest time so far has been a 1:41.7, I think.
Sector 1 is clear.
Plenty of time to be gained, because now the track is rubbered in, because everyone is running around in circles, basically. So let's see what kind of time we can get on the low fuel and fresh tyres.
Sector 2 is yellow.
Because after this session, we're going straight into qualifying.
Sector 2 is clear. We can see Mazzetti has gone off.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining the stream, guys. It's great to have you all here. Absolutely fantastic to have you all here. We've still got about half an hour to go until the race starts. So get yourself a cup of tea, get some biscuits, grab a roll of toilet paper if you fancy. If you've got any left, that is. Not that I encourage using the toilet paper in the course of the stream. Okay, here we go. Let's do a quali run. Use all the revs. See what kind of time we can get.
P13.
I feel like I can brake so much later into that turn, into turn 1, but every time I do,
Yellow flag.
I just run out of room. Kind of false sense of security, really. Oh, a bit too wide there. Scrubbed a lot of speed off on the exit. Understeer central. And this corner, the rear of the car always kicks around.
Sector 1 is 0.36 off the pace. Your left side tyres are cold.
So I'm 3/10 off the pace compared to the fastest guys in the first sector alone. But the first sector is usually my weakest sector. Oh, too wide, is that? Yeah, that's a cut track.
You've gone outside of track limits there.
See, that's how easy it is to throw a lap away. And that's why I'm going to take 2 laps worth of fuel into qualifying. Because the first lap could go wrong and you could be stuck doing another outlap. It's always worth taking 2 laps, because the tyres don't fade too much until they fade completely and drop you a second lap.
Brake temperatures look good.
So that was a good side to run anyway. But I must admit, the car feels amazing.
Sector 1 is clear.
Like, it may not be the fastest car, and I know I'm definitely not the fastest person, but the setup work that Nick has done, Nick Dealey, the Zansho team engineer, is absolutely fantastic. See, that's what happens. I tried to run a little bit deeper into turn 1 then, and just completely missed the apex, but that was only a handful of meters later than last lap.
Just 2 minutes left.
And it makes all the difference. Running wide again there.
Incident in Sector 2. Sector 2 is yellow.
Anyway guys, I hope the quality of the stream is good. Let me know in chat. Sound's all good, audio levels are good, video quality is good, no buffering,
off the pace.
No skipping, like good frames. Because now's the chance to fix it before we go into the qualifying. So once the qualifying of the race kicks in, it's pretty full on. Any technical problems I won't have time to fix. And you guys are my eyes and ears. We're currently 6/10 up on our fastest lap so far, but that fastest lap is on full fuel. And this has been a pretty scruffy lap.
Yellow flag, Sector 1. Sector 2 is 0.7, off the pace.
Too late on the brakes there. Way too late on the brakes there. I can go a lot faster than this, guys. A lot faster.
Green flag, Sector 1. We think Johnson has binned it.
Oh no!
Incident in Sector 1. Sector 1 is yellow. E9. Sector 3 is 0.5, off the pace.
142.9 is not too bad. But I should really be going a full second faster than that.
Sector 2 is clear. We think that Jones has stacked it.
We haven't got enough fuel to do the lap, so let me bring it back to the pits. We've got 14 seconds left in the session, so there's not much point going out. 4, 3, 2, 1. End of the practice session.
That's the end of the session. E9.
Let's see the standings and see how everyone else is doing. So we are down here. Well, obviously that says 6.3 seconds off the pace, but that's because it's the LMP3 pace. That's at the top of the field. James Johnson with a 141.6. I am 1.3 seconds slower than my teammate. Although Olivier Fortin is behind me. He's also my teammate in the other Zansho car. Can hear my chat going off in the ear. I was going to wish more good luck. Good luck, everybody. Alright then, so we now have... Where are we? A private qualifying session, so we have the track to ourselves. We have 2 laps of fuel. And we're going to go and hit the track.
Enabled.
Alessandro, Daniele, Antonio.
Exit's clear. Push. Okay, Dan. We've got 19 minutes to sell.
Olivier, thank you, mate.
Cold tyres all round. We've got cold brakes all round.
We are now out on track. Now, one of the reasons, I guess, private qualifying is run here is so that you can't use the slipstream advantage on someone else. And also it avoids the issue of traffic. Everybody gets a clean lap in. Yeah, Sticky, there is an official broadcast going on right now, and they're doing comms, I believe. I'm not sure if the stream has already started, but when it does, there'll be official comms, there'll be official broadcasts, replays, overlays, the works. The guys here at the VLMC and the VEC do a pretty damn good job, actually. Pretty damn good job. Sometimes I'm fortunate enough to join them in the commentary box myself. For the VEC races, that is. Anyway.
On your right. Right side's clear.
It is qualifying time, so I'm going to mute the teams and teammates in the air. Going to focus 100% and get a lap in. See you in a couple of minutes, guys. Time to bust out that nerd lap, Sticky. It looks a bit cheeky using the grass there, but it's not a cut track, and everyone's going to be doing it in the race, so you've got to try and take every advantage you possibly can. Oh no!
They'll invalidate this lap. Track limits.
It is a track that rewards pushing. That's for certain. However, it is also a track that punishes you for pushing too much. There is a very fine line to walk here, and it seems on every single qualifying lap I've done so far, I've walked on the wrong side of that. That corner is going to be hell in the race. Although with a full tank of fuel and an old set of tyres,
Just done a 142.23.
I won't be pushing anywhere near as hard as that.
The guy behind has just done a 143.03.
I'm fully expecting to start outside the top 10 today, guys. Like I said earlier in the stream, my pace is pretty terrible. All about surviving the race.
V14. Your brake temperature's okay.
Nah.
Tyre temps are good. Sector 1 is 0.49 off the pace.
Half a second off the pace already. That's more like it. I didn't cut the track. I wasn't particularly quick though either. That is the problem. With only 15 minutes left to go in this qualifying session, I don't have many chances left to
15 minutes remaining.
put a good lap on.
To go.
Thank you, Mr. Spotter, for reminding me. 15 minutes.
Sector 2 is 0.5 off the pace. The leader's just done a 141.01.
141.01. There's no way! That's 2 seconds faster than that lap I just did.
P11.
42.5. I'm a second and a half off the pace. Although I could probably go a second faster.
Log building finished.
Okay, let me just change the ABS. Gonna knock that down to 9. Put the setup back again. Fuel for 2 laps. Let's go.
Logging enabled.
There's traffic behind. Keep your wits about you. Take it easy.
Yeah, P11 at the moment. But this is one of the things I like about the VLMC races, you know, the Child Championship. You have to drive... you have to drive your nuts off.
There's a group of faster cars behind.
And you're still slow. It's so fiercely competitive. Like, the quality of drivers in this field is just insane. Like, I know I'm not the fastest person out there, by any means, but I like to think of myself as a semi-decent sim racer. But when I come to these races, these VLMC races, I just... yeah, there's some fast guys out there.
The guy ahead has just done a 142.38.
Some seriously fast guys out there.
He's on your left. Be on the left.
I would love to get some of the Oz NZ guys in here and do some of these races just to see how their pace compares, you know? Like Brody, for example, Brody Steen, John Bradshaw, Sticky, Aaron O'Brien in the chat right now. Just, Heath, of course. You know, all the aliens from Oz NZ. Kalen, Mia. Let's get some of these guys in. See how they compare. I think they'd all do pretty well, to be honest with you. Robert, thank you for the vote of confidence, mate. We currently have 5 votes in the Will the DDF bin it, and it's currently a 3-2 in favour of not binning it.
P12.
Car on your right. Clear right.
Bit loose on the rear there.
Right side. Right side's clear.
There we go, that's a bit better. Quarter of a second up already.
Sector 1 is 0.43 off the pace.
Just need to hold it together for the rest of the lap.
There's a group of faster cars bearing down on you.
There we go, that's better. We're half a second up now. Can hold it together for the rest of the lap. We'll be into the 141s. Be a little bit further up the grid, but not too much, I think. So when we get to the pointy end, it's very close. There's not a lot of field spread here.
Sector 2 is 0.35 off the pace.
Big wiggle on the rear then. But that's a good lap. We are half a second up. Not quite enough to get into the 141s. But we've got fuel for another lap, so let's give it another go, guys, and see what we can get.
Sector 1 is 0.43 off the pace. Sector 2 is 0.35 off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.29 off the pace. Ten minutes remaining, 10 minutes.
We got 10 minutes left in the quali. Probably only another couple of runs left in us. We are a 10th up on our best lap though, so every lap we do is faster than the last.
33 off the pace.
I'm getting dialed into the race now.
Are okay.
There we go, that's better. That's not... Ah!
Okay, Dan, there's a faster car approaching.
That doesn't count for a bin, by the way, guys. That doesn't count for a bin. Binning only happens in the race. If I bin it in qualifying, that vote doesn't count. But that is what happens when you try too hard.
Watch your mirrors, there's a car approaching.
I'm going to have to be very careful of that in the race.
Cold, watch out.
Very careful of that in the race.
Let's get some heat into these brakes.
The rear is very prone to swinging around because a lot of the braking zones around this track are just horrible. They designed it on purpose like that, I believe, because you got to brake and turn and the car is just so unstable. There's not like a straight line braking zone anywhere on the track. So it's all about balancing the brake and the steering input for maximum retardation, as Martin Brundle would like to call it.
There's a faster class car approaching.
Now of course we have the track to ourselves, which is nice. In the race we won't have that luxury. We're gonna have 35 other cars to contend with. It's not exactly the longest lap around here, although there are some pretty long straights, so it should be relatively okay for traffic, unless an LMP3 tries and forces the issue with ours. Okay, so we're on another outlap. Let's see if we can get a couple of laps on the board here, guys. This corner was particularly weak for me last time. There's a lot of time to be found here.
Leader is just done
Why not?
141.00.
141.00. That's nuts, man. Okay, here we go. Maximum concentration.
On your left. Left side's clear.
Ignore the spotter.
10th position.
That felt pretty good. What does the time say?
Sector 1 is 0.27 off the pace.
Come on, Dan. Sweet exit there. Another couple of tenths up. If we can hold it together for this corner, not outbrake ourselves and lose the rear, could find another couple of tenths again. Currently in position 10, with a second to the leader. I'm not sure how far ahead the other guys are though.
Sector 2 is 0.32 off the pace.
Much better. Another couple of tenths. We got fuel for another lap as well. What's this going to get us? Any positions?
Okay, Dan, there's a faster class car approaching. Your brake temperatures are looking good.
Car on your right side. Clear right.
141.919. Doesn't move us up the grid though. Woo! Using all of the track and then some. That didn't really help though.
5 minutes remaining, 5 minutes left. You're 2 tenths off the pace in sector 1.
Thought I'd try first gear there, get some more drive off the corner. Has it worked? Not particularly by looking at the delta. Half a tenth up at the moment.
Sector 2 is 0.37 off the pace.
We can just nail the final corner. That was a bit scruffy last time. There we go. Another half a tenth.
Sectors 2 and 3 are 0.17.
There!
pace.
141.8.
Right
We're
side
now
clear.
up to position 8 on the grid. We don't have enough time to do 2 laps, so I'm going to take the fuel out and it is 3.5 litres a lap. Marius, any kind of a bin is like a spin, a crash, basically something that gives me damage and makes me come back to the pits. Okay, so we've got 8 litres there, that's enough for 2 laps, let's go. No point putting 2 laps of fuel in the car because I'm not going to do 2 flying laps. I'm going to get 1 more in the session, so I might as well take the fuel out, save a bit of weight, and try and get a few more tenths. Currently in position 8, with a 141.822, which is way better than
There's traffic behind.
I even would have expected.
A group of faster cars behind.
I was not expecting to qualify in the top 10.
Careful.
I know this... Oh, well, I'm down to P9 again now. I'll have you know, Marius, I've never DNF'd from a race. Despite all of the troubles that I've had in all of my SRC races and VLMC races, no matter how much the damage, I've always stuck out my pit stop. Even if it's 3 minutes of repairs, I've always carried on. The Nürburgring doesn't count because that was a technical issue of screen freeze.
The car ahead has just done a 141.52.
I feel I can go so much faster through these corners, but as soon as I try, I just lose all the speed.
2 minutes to go, 2 minutes.
Like, I think the race is going to be a very measured kind of affair. Alright. No pressure, DDF. But it really is a 1-lap shootout now, to try and get some more time on the board. So I'm going to mute my teammates. I'm going to go maximum concentration, so I'm not going to look at chat for the next 1 minute and 41 seconds, hopefully. Here we go.
P9. The car behind's a faster class.
Come on, Dan.
You're a 10th off in sector 1.
Come on, Dan.
The guy behind has just done a 142.09.
Yes, Marius, the VEC will race here. It was meant to be at Portland, but the track isn't ready yet. So Virginia International Raceway is the replacement. 2 corners to go.
Sector 2 is 0.36 off the pace. That's the end of the session, P10.
It's going to be a bit better, but not much. It's still going to be better, but not much. P9! Yes!
Log building finished.
Woo! Where is everybody, by the way? Just finished my lap. Oh, nice!
Yeah.
Nice, nice. So P9, P8, and P... What is it? No, P9, P7, P6. Where's Arisi? Is he on pole?
Of course.
Yeah, I could never get sector 1 right around here. Like, I'll lose like 4 attempts in that sector alone.
Yeah, it's all that braking into turn 1. can't get it right either. Good laps though.
I was a 10th. I was about 10th up on my last lap, but then I messed up at the top end.
Yeah, it's pretty close to the field, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm way happy with my race pace. So
Yeah. I can't believe I'm only 2/10 off you guys.
yeah, this is probably going to be my weakest track of this season. I'm looking forward to the Le Mans basically,
Yeah.
which is my favourite track.
I never would have guessed that, James. Nah, good stuff. It's all about surviving, right? All about surviving.
Yeah. This won't be about
racing up, guys.
What?
Loads racing up.
I've already done it. I know what I'm doing, but
Oh, okay, so we are starting in 9th position. Our teammates Olivier Fortin starting
I'll
in
probably follow a few
7th.
people.
And
save
James
some fuel.
Johnson, who you can hear right now, starting in 6th. Obviously, our championship rival, James's championship rival, Lorenzo Arisi, starting in pole position. David Finney! Ah, thank you. I didn't know you were here. That's my dad. Everyone, say hi to Dad in chat. Oh, did I beat Nick De Silva? I did! Sorry, Nick. You can vote yes, by the way. How is the voting going, actually? Let me just check. We've got 6 votes, and it is 2 in favour of yes, I will bin it, and 3 in favour of no, 4 in favour of no, I won't bin it. Good to know that some people have got confidence here. You know, you can troll me. Everyone just vote yes.
User joined your channel.
Welcome all to round 6 of the Virtual Le Mans Cup. Now you should all definitely be able to hear me. We're all good? Excellent, thank you. Alright, so remember, track is closed, so please stay in the pits. No driving around the track at the moment.
Race director Sean Jacobs.
So this is our final 2-hour race of the season before we head to the big one at Le Mans. Biggest thing to watch out for here, as everyone's been talking leading up to this race, is the multi-class traffic. Please give each other room between the classes. I mean, especially the P3s. You guys, the GT3s aren't going to be that much slower than you, so just hold station and don't do anything stupid. There's not an orange zone like there is in VEC for the whole race because of the closer speeds between the cars here. So you should be alright there, but let's just try and avoid penalties as much as possible. We have 23 penalties to go out this race, so yeah, just a couple. So you will see people going in and out of the pits quite a bit. Remember, if we are under code 80, which hopefully we won't have any code 80s, do not enter the pits and serve your penalty while under code 80. You'll just get it again at Le Mans, which I'm sure you'd rather not have it. Usual start procedure, so pit limiter for the entire outlap, and then release the limiter when you cross the start finish line. Besides that, yeah, watch your pit entries and exits, and yeah, don't jump the start. And again, turn 4 all the way up to turn 10, just take it easy there and don't wipe each other out because people are going to be pissed off and then I'm going to deal with IRs and stuff, which is not always fun. Alright, any questions, let me know in the text box. Otherwise, pit lane is open and best of luck in the race.
Excellent. Thank you, Sean.
We're gonna need it.
Roger that.
Yeah, the race is not even started and I'm already tired.
What time is it where you are, mate?
It's 11 in the morning.
Nice. 1 in the morning for me here.
Yeah, it's always surprising to do that.
Oh, it's worth it for the VLMC.
All the good clips to get afterwards, eh, Dan?
Oh, exactly.
When you get
Exactly.
crashed into by me, isn't that fun?
Oh, always.
Always worth it for the memes.
Every single one time it's happened.
You know, there's one side of me that, you know, when I crash or spin or make a mistake, I think, oh no, the result. But then there's another side that goes, oh, this will make a really good highlight video.
More views.
Oh, everybody loves the carnage. But it would be nice to get a nice result once, eh?
It would be nice to finish one of these.
Oh, don't remind me.
Yeah.
Question, would anyone mind if I hung around here through the race? Because my engineer doesn't have access to TeamSpeak and I don't have access to the fucking Discord, because that's how well organized everyone is.
I'm not worried about it.
As long as
Let's
you're
go
not
and
loud.
log some
fine.
laps on high fuel.
You know me. I'm always loud. And obnoxious.
Logging
Well, no
enabled.
one's louder than Olivier, so.
Oh, that's true. What says you when you screamed before?
Wow, I haven't.
When you came back from having gone to the bathroom? That one just yelled.
That was one time, and I did
Yeah.
that on purpose.
One more than me.
Okay, okay.
All clear. Push now.
So going to log some laps
That's
on high
cool.
fuel.
Face.
All round. Your brakes are
I just
cold.
got to pass
You need
loads
to
of
get
people
some
this
heating
race.
stuff.
Good,
Blue
it's
flag.
fine.
Do you have a penalty or what?
No, just
Hello, everybody.
didn't qualify
Good luck.
well.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck.
Felix.
Oh,
Yeah, it
that's
was
all.
Felix.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna need it.
Felix.
What did you end? Were you second or third, or what were you, James?
I'm just ahead of you.
Oh, really? What?
We're all
Yeah.
together.
Yeah,
we're all in-
6, 7,
we're
8th, and
all-
9th.
We're all
Oh,
in a
mate.
pack.
I was that far back. Oh, wow. The people must have been improved in the end, or what? Or can I not count? Maybe.
Well, to be honest, I was on a good lap, and then yeah.
In traffic.
Well, yeah.
Yes, I
Well,
see.
I caught traffic,
Yes.
and I ended up in the wall.
All right,
That was
down.
good.
5 minutes to go. 5 minutes left.
Just getting used
I
to the
caught a
car in high
drive-through?
fuel
Oh
again.
my god.
I was like 2/10 away from my optimum, so cool.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that pit lane exit. Like, you need to hold on to the limiter for longer than you think.
I think it's the cones, isn't it?
Thank
no,
you,
I just
Sticky.
did it and I got a drive through.
Okay, pit stop requested.
Right, West Information 40 view. 73 and 63, guys in P3 and P4, both got penalties
Cool.
incoming for this race.
Good.
Good.
Which one got a penalty?
Both of them,
Wait,
73 and 63. Mantis
Is the
Rekus
car in
and
front of me?
It looks
Yes.
like reaching.
yeah, the P3 and P4 on the grid.
Pit crew is ready.
Was it Rekus and who?
Rick Van Erle.
Watch your speed limit in the pits. Green
There no
flag
brakes,
sector
right?
1.
Hey,
All the way, got a
Jay, how are
penalty.
you, mate? Wasn't expecting to see you awake at this time.
Right.
Practicing my... Someone has a little bit
Oh,
of
that's
spin.
alright then.
I'm practicing my pit
Could be
entry
worse.
and pit exit.
Leader's just done a 143.22. There's traffic approaching. Watch your mirrors.
Make sure you do a pit lane entry.
I was literally braking as I said it.
Fine, mate.
I have permission
The entry code
to
is the line.
broadcast
but
the
they're not
Discord,
the
the TeamSpeak audio during the warm-up session because we're not really talking strategy too much. Be nice to introduce you to the guys on the stream. This is what I hear in my earpiece, by the way, that you can't hear during the race.
Sector 1 is yellow.
It's what makes me really confused and broken English because I'm trying to talk over the top of those guys and drive a car and make sense. It's not always as easy as it seems, guys.
Sector 1 is.
Wish you got a full tank on for the start of the race.
Acknowledged. Pit stop requested.
So I'm just gonna practice my pit
The
entry again.
lights. The lights are a bit further back than the cones
Sector
on
one is
the
cool.
pit lane exit.
Okay, Dan. You need to watch the track limits.
So yeah, that's it. Need to go at the lights, not the cone.
Yellow flag in sector 2. The pit crew's ready.
I'll be back in a minute.
Roger.
Sector 3 is clear.
I don't know if you heard that, Dan.
What was it?
Pit lane exit is not the cones, it's the
Green flag
lights.
sector 2.
Ah,
The
thanks, mate.
cones are about 2 meters before the light, and you will get a drive-through if you do go at the cones.
Better practice it again then, eh? Can break a little bit later, just
It's,
after the breaking the
like,
fence.
The difference isn't huge, but it's enough to mess up your race.
Box in.
Yeah, of course.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Box now. That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. There's a car approaching. Don't cross the white line. Watch your mirrors.
Thanks for the tip, James.
That's alright. Look out for everybody. Just
on your
don't
right side.
want you to make the
Clear
same
on the right.
mistakes as what I've already done.
Yellow flag. Keep your wits about you, mate.
I didn't know it until
Looks
I
like Tack
did
Mackley
it. Basically,
has been
Find out the hard way.
yep.
But that drive-through doesn't carry through to the race, does it?
Nah. You only get them after the race starts.
Okay. And just to check, it's 5 cut tracks and then a drive-through, right? You get 5 shots.
So you get 4 and then the 5th is a cut with the paired drive-through.
Okay, cool.
Sector 1 is 4.0.
And then once you come in for your drive-through after 5, it resets, or is it after every cut again?
After you pit, it resets.
Okay, cool. Because I know in the SRC it was every cut after that was another drive-through, which was a pain in the arse.
They changed that recently.
Oh, good.
So basically, it's you can basically they can configure how many cuts in the game they want before you get one, and then after you've taken it, it then resets back to 0.
Okay.
Because the old way was just plain BS.
Alright, you are clear on the right.
Basically, you're walking on eggshells until you swap driver.
Yeah.
The pit crew is ready.
But in the VLMC where you don't swap driver...
Yeah, then you're just walking on eggshells for the whole race.
Can't even blame anyone else.
Box in 5, 4, 3.
What preload do you use in the race,
2,
James?
1.
You go with 6 or do you go
That's
with
the
1?
end of the session. P11.
There we go.
Usually higher.
Alright, I'm going to mute the guys.
Lower for qualifying.
So now I've muted the TeamSpeak audio, so you guys can't hear that because there is no point hearing that. Well, you're not allowed to hear that because we'll talk strategy during the race. No, it's off, guys. All good. Yeah, I just put it on briefly for warm-up then while we're talking about, you know, race briefing, Sean Jacobs, that kind of thing. Thought it'd be nice for the viewers to hear that.
P9. The track temp is 15 Celsius. Okay, Dan. Nice and neat. Stay out of trouble.
Alright, good luck, everybody.
Locking enabled.
Okay, here we go, guys. We are on the grid for the Virtual Le Mans Cup 2 hours of VIR. We're driving the Aston Martin GT3 for Zansho. Thank you, Stephen.
Go.
And basically, the formation lap is done under pit limiter. So everything is done. Everything is done under formation lap here on the first lap of the VLMC. For everyone to basically find out if they've got any issues with the frames or connection. We shouldn't be really braking here. But yeah, this is basically just a test to see if anyone's got any connection issues prior to going into the race. It says in the rules, if you notice... Why are we braking? It says in the rules, if you have some connection issues, some frame issues, it is the driver's responsibility to pull over to the side of the track, as it is not safe to continue. Everything seems to be fine here. We got good frames, good connection. We're good to go racing here at Virginia International Raceway. 2 hours! Well, we will definitely need a pit stop because, ooh, we're struggling to get an hour out of a tank, struggling to get 50 minutes out of a tank, to be honest with you. Not to mention the tyres. Obviously, I can't discuss the specifics of the strategy, but there is a small chance of rain later in the race, I believe, as well. So that could play into it. It could start to rain at the end of the race, which does drastically lower the fuel usage. And of course, if there's any code 80s, any instance where we have to run basically in virtual safety car conditions, that also brings down the fuel as well. See, there's a lot of strategy in these races. Got to make the fuel, got to make the tyres last. Got to look after the car, got to stay out of trouble. Got to basically not crash. Because this circuit is that a drone? I have never noticed that before. That's a drone. Yeah. All about survival. It's very tricky around here at Virginia International Raceway. Very easy to make a mistake. And there are a few people with drive-through penalties ahead of us. We are starting the race in position 9, which is way better than I ever would have expected. I wasn't expecting to qualify anywhere near the top 10, and yet here we are in 9th, directly behind Eric Strana and our 2 teammates in Zansho, Olivier Fortin and James Johnson.
Alright, Dan, stay close. Wait for him to make a mistake.
We are cruising round on the formation lap here. It's going to be very tricky on fuel. Probably going to be 2 stops today, guys. Well, I hope you're enjoying the stream so far. If you are, leave it a like. Say hi in chat because I can read your chats during the race. And if you want to see more stuff like this, please subscribe. Because in a month's time, we're doing the 4 hours. Yes, 4 hours of Le Mans. Getting ready. Approaching the final corner here. And it is not a green flag situation where everybody goes at the same time. It's basically you release the pit limiter when you cross the start finish. I'm going to wish my teammates good luck. Alright, good luck everybody. Gonna knock it down. Get ready to go. Alright guys, 2 hours of VIR starts here. Gently does it.
The gap to Strana ahead is now 1.1 seconds.
Got to stay in touch with these first few laps. The guys ahead are my teammates. Nick De Silva behind me actually joined me for the Sebring highlights video. Did a little soundbite for me. Top bloke, we had a good chat. But yeah, just gently does it through the first few laps here. Once the tyres bed in, we find our pace in the race. Don't want to burn through the tyres too quickly. Don't want to get caught up in an accident. It's a long race. Anything could happen. And don't forget to vote as well, guys. Do you think I'm going to bin it this race?
Go on, keep pressing him, force that mistake.
Bit of a train ahead of us here. Ooh, running a little bit wide through the final corner there, that's not good. We have a little bit of a gap to Nick De Silva behind us though. We lost a heap of time there through the final corner, but that is a lap here at Virginia International Raceway.
E9.
We're not too far off the pace here. Hanging with them nicely. And don't forget, there are a few people ahead of us who've got penalties, so we will get a few freebies. Although, I have a sneaky suspicion they will get back past us by the end of the race, because they've got us on pace. Yeah, I'm not exactly the fastest guy here. I'm definitely the person who logged the most laps prior to this event. I think I managed to get up to 270 laps on the fast tracker or something like that.
The gap to Strana ahead is now 0.7.
Being very gentle with the car. Ease into it nicely. Thank you so much for watching as well, guys. Great to have you here. Hope you're enjoying the stream.
Okay, Dan, keep piling on the pressure. He'll make a mistake.
The track feels very nice and rubbered in, by the way. There's a lot of grip here. We dropped Nick De Silva just a little bit. He's only a second behind though. Rafiki Afiat is down in 11th as well. We are losing Strana a little bit ahead of us.
Was 143.90. That's your best lap in this session.
143s are good. Like I said earlier in the broadcast throughout the practice session, the tyres drop off after about 3 or 4 laps maybe.
0.8.
So this pace in the 43s definitely isn't going to last. Definitely isn't going to last. 144s, high 1 minute 44s is kind of my race pace. It's nice to be keeping up with my teammates though, for change. Still nice and in the slipstream. Although Nick De Silva is getting a little bit bigger in the mirrors behind me. Nick De Silva than that yellow speedy Mike McLaren. Looks like Strana's made a move on Fortan ahead of us. They look very choreographed that though.
The next car is Fortan.
We're now running behind another Zansho. Hey, it's a very good looking car, let's be honest guys. Max Eru, aka Bryce Lowe, does the paint jobs for Zansho.
Your last lap time was
And it is a really nice job.
1:44.00.
Oh, looks like Olivier had a bit of a wiggle ahead of us there.
The guy behind's reeling you in. The gap's now 0.6. Yellow flag in sector 1. Sector 2 is yellow. We can see Timpen has crashed.
So someone's gone off ahead of us.
Sector 2. Hold your nerve, just keep it smooth.
Yeah, Jay, it's a pretty good track this, right? Very fast and flowing. Although once the LMP3s come round to lappers, I don't think it'll be as much fun. Just playing it safe for now. I think 1:43.5 was my best lap on full fuel during the practice session, so to be in the 1:43.9s feels like I am going a little bit easier on the tyres, but that's good. I would have expected the pace to have dropped off by now. I don't normally keep up with Olivier like this. This is surprising. I'm getting pressure from Nick De Silva behind though. He is only 0.5 of a second. There's only 0.5 of a second to Olivier ahead too.
You've just done a 1:43.57. That's your best lap in the session.
Big wiggle on the rear then. The grip's starting to go in these tyres. That drop-off is finally happening. Yep, that drop-off's kicked in big time. It just falls off a cliff completely. Yeah, I'm going to try and save a little bit of fuel, but the amount of fuel you've got to save to make it to the end of the race with one stop is just ridiculous. So, 2 stop probable.
Okay, Dan, don't let this guy distract you. Yellow flag, watch out. Sector 2 is clear.
We got a freebie. Someone's gone off. We're up to position 8. Someone lost it on the way into turn 9 and turn 10 there. Half a second down on our best lap so far. We've dropped Olivier ahead a little bit. And Nick's right behind us. That McLaren's rapid in a straight line.
Green flag sector 1.
Right side.
We think Philip Arcos has gone off.
He's still there.
Nick went for the dive there. He definitely went for the dive there.
You've got a little bit of bodywork damage there.
That was a bit of an interesting dive from Nick there. Got a little bit of damage, but should be okay.
P8.
Actually, the rear feels pretty loose.
Yellow flag sector 2. Sector 2 is clear.
Yeah, that was a bit of an interesting lunge. I could see him getting closer and closer. I didn't think he was going to go for the dive. I think he just braked a little bit too late. I think he got caught up by the slipstream. Had a little bit more top speed than he was expecting.
Yellow flag in sector 3. We think Newcomb has gone off.
Woo!
Green flag sector 3.
I was a bit loose on the rear then.
Nichols.
Don't be doing that too much in this race.
Make him do all the work. Focus on your exits.
Now hopefully Nick doesn't go for the dive again this time. He's thinking about it.
The guy on your left. Left side's clear.
Alright, Dan. We've just cut the track.
Right side's clear.
Ah, broke off line.
Come on, keep pushing.
I could see him going for the outside. I braked a little bit too late. Handed the position back to him. Back down into 9th position. He did that on the previous lap. The rotter. I know he's got a big speed advantage there.
Push now. We need more speed. P9.
We got Rafiki, a Fiat all over the back of us now. Marco Mazzetti not far behind as well. Got a bit of a train. Hopefully we can pull away from these guys and catch back up to Nick again. We've dropped 6 seconds to Olivier over the course of the past few laps. That's not great. Yeah, there's definitely damage on the rear of this car. It's sliding out a lot more than it did at the start of the stint, that's for sure. Cheers, Nick.
The gap ahead is now 2.2.
Oh, it looks like Mazzetti has got past Rafiki behind us for 10th.
Yellow flag sector 3.
So this is kind of more of the position I expected to be in this race. Probably not going to take repairs. I don't think it's worth it. It's not worth the time in the pits.
That lap time was 1:44.94.
Just got to soldier on, wait for the people ahead of us to serve their drive-thrus, and see if anyone else makes a mistake, because there's been a few yellow flags already so far this race. So, could be
The gap behind is now 0.9.
could be all about the freebies today, guys. Just got to hang in there and survive. Got another yellow flag up ahead of us. Someone's gone off by the looks of things.
Sector 3 is clear.
It's not a corner you want the car to be loose. But no freebies. See if move the brake bias forward a little bit, help with that loose rear on a corner entry. Hopefully Rafiki and Marco Mazzetti behind us start to battle, hold each other up.
Sector 1. Sector 1 is yellow. Green flag Sector 1. We think that Newcomb has binned it.
Nick Newcomb in the LMP3. Having a few troubles there by the sounds of it, Mr. Spotter. As we're now on to lap 10 of the race.
0 seconds. That last lap was a 1:45.07.
Pace is dropping off big time now. 1:45s. That's not good. We're meant to be in the mid 1 minute 44s. No, the car isn't 100% though. But then again, the driver isn't exactly 100% either. Like I said, I'm not fast around here. Just gonna try and hold on to it. Although it looks like a hell of a train behind us. 3 cars battling nose to tail. We've got a little bit of a gap on them, but then they're separated by less than a second.
Incident in Sector 3. Sector 3 is yellow. The gap behind is now 0.7.
Braking too much in that corner, I think.
Green flag Sector 3. Newcomb is pitting from P17. He should be a little bit behind when he comes out.
That's a bit better. Although not much better. It's still going to be a high 1 minute 44, but I'm now 5 seconds, 6 seconds behind Nick De Silva.
You've just done a 1:44.92.
I think Rafiki's got some pace behind us, unfortunately.
Yellow flag in Sector 2. We think Torres has spun off. Green flag Sector 2.
That's right, Stephen. I just got to keep on knocking off the laps. Hold my nerve, hold my position. I'm currently in P9, which isn't bad. That's some solid points.
Okay, Dan, hold your nerve, just keep it smooth, no mistakes.
Thank you, Mr. Spotter. Trying to break the toe from Rafiki behind us there. They're only 15 seconds behind the leader, which isn't too bad. Less than a second a lap.
The gap behind is now 0.8.
That was a bit smoother. And that lap is better than the last one. So that was a 1:44.9 last time around. What is it this time?
That was a 1:44.64.
That first corner is horrible. This feels so slow once the tyres have started to wear off a bit. A bit too wide there. I made a mistake. I've lost 0.7 of a second. Rafiki's all over me. Hold my nerve through the S's here.
Just ignore him, he'll go away.
I don't think he will.
Incident in Sector 2. Sector 2 is yellow.
I get the feeling I'm holding him up now. Don't know what tells me that. But yeah, I'm dropping the cars behind big time. Nick De Silva's now 8 seconds up the road.
Sector 2 is clear. Incident in Sector 3. Sector 3 is yellow.
Oh, the rear's starting to get a bit wiggly. Is he going to go for a dive? It looks... I'm very nervous. I'm not as good on the brakes as I normally am.
Sector 2 is yellow. E9.
He's a lot better on the brakes than me. That's for sure. If he gets a sniff of an overtake, I think he'll take it. I'm not doing myself any favours though.
Yellow flag, Sector 1.
Ah, he's right there.
Sector 1 is clear.
We are dropping Daniele Tully behind us though. So it looks like it's just me and Rafiki at the moment.
Okay, Dan, hold your nerve, just keep it smooth, no mistakes.
Got a bit of a better drive.
The gap behind is now 0.8.
There we go. Pulled about half a second on him there. Should be able to get out of the slipstream, hopefully. Car is definitely getting a lot more loose. That was a terrible exit out the final corner. Giving him the advantage all the way down the straight. He's definitely tucked in behind me.
You've just done a 145.13. Sector 1 is 0.6 off the pace.
Looks like some of the cars ahead of us are starting to get their penalties assigned. Obviously there's some driving infractions in the previous round at Sebring, so we might be getting some freebies soon, provided we haven't dropped too far back. Oh, Adam, thank you. I've held it together for 25 minutes so far, but we have got an hour and 35 minutes left to go in this race. You voted no, that I'm not going to bin it. Much confidence as I get that line all sorts of wrong. And the rear goes around massively then.
Don't be distracted, defend your position.
Woo! He's definitely stronger on the brakes. That McLaren is definitely stronger on the brakes. We got half a second on him again. Oh, he's coming into the pits. Rafiki's coming into the pits. He must have a drive-through. Oh, that takes the pressure off. So I can focus on the track ahead of me.
The gap in front has increased. It's now about 5.1. Your lap time was at 1:45.03.
Okay. Got a nice gap to Daniele Tully behind us.
Now on softs.
Just got to focus, eyes down the road. And wait for the race to come to us, guys.
Green flag, sector 2. We can see Kakamackley has binned it. Yellow flag, watch out. The gap to Tully behind is now 3.7 seconds. We think that Mazzetti has crashed. Green flag, sector 1.
There we go. Adam, good to know you got the refreshments ready, mate. What kind of crisps have you got? I'm actually quite hungry, and I don't think there's any snacks in the house. Currently 1:35 in the morning here in Brisbane, so definitely a snack after this race. Oh, I'm really hungry now. Thanks, Adam. Oh, that was a better lap. That felt like a much better lap.
Yellow flag in sector 2. That lap was at 1:44.77. Sector 1 is 0.28 off the pace.
1:44.7, that's good. Back into the 44s again.
You're being caught by the LMP3 class cars. The gap to Tully behind is now 4.3 seconds. Blue flag. It looks like Kakamackley has stacked it.
That's the leader of the race.
Car left.
Green flag, sector 2.
Michele Ricky.
Left side's clear.
The lead LMP3 cars come through to Laffers. And now the traffic begins.
Blue flag.
Car left. Clear left.
Lost a little bit of time there. But that's just what happens in the lap traffic. Just got to try and make it work. Yeah, there are no snacks left in the house because I've already eaten them. That sounds about right.
Alright, Dan, there's a faster car approaching.
Still holding position 9 here in the race. The tyres are starting to go. And we'll be coming in for fuel and tyres in about half an hour's time. Got Jelle Binsbergen 1 second behind us. You may also know him as Very Important Potato.
Your lap time was 1:46.04.
The guy ahead is for position. Mantis Rakers has served his drive-through. He's come out just ahead of us. Mantis has definitely got the pace on us though. Gonna stick to the right and let Yellow past.
Car on your left side.
Yellow flag, sector 2.
Still there. Clear on the left.
It looks like Snyder has spun off. The gap in front is increasing. It's now 0.9.
Oh!
You are clear on the left.
Oh! I think the two speedy mites just crashed into each other. One of them was off by the side of the track and Jelle Binsbergen just followed him straight in.
Sector 2 is clear.
Oh no, disaster for Speedy Mite. That's going to make an interesting highlights reel. Now you can see Mantis Rakers ahead of us. He's pulling away already down the track. He's definitely got the pace on us. Now he managed to pull a gap and serve a drive-through penalty and come back out ahead of us. That's kind of what we're dealing with today, guys. Although we're now to position 8.
There's a group of faster cars behind. They're racing for position.
So either someone's gone off or someone else has had a drive-through penalty. Yep, we find ourselves moving up the order with no on-track overtakes. In fact, the only on-track overtake that's happened so far today is Nick De Silva overtaking me. Rather conspicuously. Sent a lunge at one end of the track on one particular lap. A little bit of side-to-side contact, nothing too bad, but then the next lap he just sent it again and kind of spooked me.
Blue flag.
When I say spooked, he definitely spooked, because I kind of just braked and went off the track. Could have held him up a little bit better.
You've used half your fuel.
Thank you, Mr. Spotter. Going to keep it to the right here. Let these LMP3s get past me.
The gap in front is now 1.9 seconds.
Alright,
Hopefully they'll get me by the end of the straight.
keep your line.
There we go.
Clear.
There's another one about 1.5 seconds behind, but he'll get me after these corners.
Blue flag. Brambilla is entering the pits. He's in P2. Expect him to come out a bit behind you. Yellow flag in sector 1.
Oh, Brambilla's the race leader.
Sector 1 is clear. Mackley is now retired. Green flag sector 3. Blue flag. Brambilla is now on softs.
Left side. Clear left.
There's a faster car approaching.
Oh, there's carnage up ahead of us.
Blue flag.
Left side there's a car. Left side's clear.
Let the LMP3 of Philipakos past. We got Brambilla and Rakers up ahead of us, slowing each other down with the traffic as well. We could be getting some positions here, but we won't be getting them on pace. If we do get past them, I imagine they'll get back past us again pretty quickly. But if they get tangled up, oh no, don't go side by side with the S's, that's risky. That's not going to work.
Incident in sector 2. Sector 2 is yellow. We think that Fortan has gone off.
There's a bit of debris on the side of the track there. Looks like Olivier Fortan has gone off, my teammate. Hope he's alright. Looks like the field's getting closer together. Oh, someone's gone off. What's happened there?
Yellow flag, keep your wits about.
That's a freebie. I knock it down to first gear because I'm not concentrating. And, oh, Philipakos and the LMP3 ahead of us is going off as well. There's a freebie. I don't know who that was. I didn't catch it on the tracker, but we're now up to P7.
Sector 2 is clear.
And that is actually P6 and P5 ahead of us.
Retired from the race.
Oh, Marco Mazzetti's out. What happened?
P7. Okay, Dan. There's a faster car approaching.
On your left. Clear left.
Sector 3.
And that was a lap
clear.
traffic.
Yellow flag,
Lap
sector
traffic.
1. Blue flag. We think Walker has gone off. Sector 1 is clear.
Going to keep it to the right hand side of the track here, make my intentions known.
On your left.
For Luca Burke and the Speedy Mike LMP3 going past us.
The gap in front is now 1.0 seconds.
Oh. Like I said before, guys. Just got to hold it together on track and let the race come to us.
There's a faster car approaching.
Too wide.
Blue flag.
And through goes
Car right. Clear
Jelle Binsbergen. Very important potato. I'm sure I already passed him. Maybe he's coming for fuel. Who knows? Mantis Rakers and Daniele Brambilla aren't pulling away from us too much ahead. They're having a little bit of a fight. We're kind of sticking with them.
Blue flag.
Lorenzo Di Cutis behind us. Go to the outside into turn 1. He'll have the overspeed on us. Excellent.
You're clear on the left.
Easily done. Lost no time there.
Lap time was 1:46.27. Sector 2 is 0.9 off the pace.
Right, a few scruffy laps with traffic, so 46.2 isn't really representative. Tell you what, this lap traffic really mixes up the race, guys. Whoa! Oh, almost lost it then.
The gap in front is now 1.7 seconds.
Yeah, we're keeping in touch. Like Adam says in the chat though, remember to vote if you think I'm going to DNF or not in this race. We've had 7 votes so far. It looks like 5 in favour, 2 against. Oh no, the other way around. Oh, people think I'm actually going to finish this race. Nice.
Incident in Sector 1. Sector 1 is yellow.
Messed that one up.
It looks like Ricci has binned it. Green flag Sector 1.
Excuse me. Looks like Daniele Brambilla and Mantis Rakers are pulling away ahead of us.
Yellow flag, caution. That lap was at 1:45.43. We think Fortan has binned it. Sectors 1 and 3 are 0.5.
Oh no, Fortan's gone.
Sector 2 is 0.31 off the pace. Green flag Sector 3.
I think Fortan's gone. Ah, no.
Yellow flag Sector 3.
Got an LMP3 behind us. Don't do it, mate.
Sector 3 is clear. Fortan has retired.
Oh, Olivier. Olivier's out of the race.
Right side. Clear right.
The gap in front is now 2.2 seconds.
Oh, I have to find out what happened, but I think Olivier had some massive damage. I have to find out after the race on the TeamSpeak. But we're down 1 Zansho. Only 2 cars left in the race now, me and James. We're running in 7th. We're running in 7th. Wait.
P7.
I can hear my teammate James Johnson on the radio getting rather agitated with the LMP3 traffic ahead of us. I think Lazarus Philippakis in the Speedy My LMP3 is getting a bit cheeky with the traffic, going past James Johnson, sending it in a place he shouldn't be sending it according to him on the radio. I think he's trying to get that reported to the race stewards now. Sorry, I'm hearing this in my headset. You can't hear it on the broadcast because I'm not allowed to broadcast the TeamSpeak audio because we talk about fuel levels, tyre levels, all that kind of stuff. Alrighty. So Andy Dixie in the Speedy Mike McLaren GT3 is about 10 seconds behind us, and Rafiki Fiat in position 9, who has served his drive-through penalty, is closing back up again. Yeah, James is a bit cranky. Got some more yellow flags. Getting quite a few votes in at the moment, guys. You don't think I'm going to bin it?
3.4.
Seriously? A lot of confidence.
45.51. Sectors 2 and 3 are 0.6 off the pace. Sector 1 is 0.6 off the pace. Sector 1 is yellow. It looks like Snyder has gone off. Sector 1 is clear.
Can't wait to come in and get some fresh tyres, guys. The car kind of plateaus on tyres after the first 3 or 4 laps. I can do high 44s, low 45s. But on a fresh set of softs, I can do mid 43s on a full tank. No pressure, Jay. Looks like Mantis Rakes is getting held up behind someone ahead, AJ Snyder. In that's a lapped car. He's actually in 17th. He's a lap down. So we'll be coming through to lap him next. Hopefully he's nice and compliant, doesn't lose us too much time. The gap behind is kind of stable. The gap ahead is kind of stable. That's only really because Mantis is been struggling. Oh, he's off! AJ's off!
Guy on your left. Left side's clear.
Well, that was easy. You don't have to be compliant when you're off the circuit. That's how you lap a car. I started in position 9, Adam. And to be honest, that was only on the last lap of qualifying. I would have started 12th otherwise, I think, so...
The lap time was 1:45.26.
Yeah, not doing too bad.
Sector 1 is yellow.
And I said at the very start of the stream, I'm here just to have fun tonight.
Sector 1.
I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself, because a lot of times I have basically not enjoyed these streams. I've not enjoyed these streams because I put too much pressure on myself, you know. I go into the race, practice and take it far too seriously. And basically want to get a good result, and when I don't get a good result, or when rFactor 2 crashes on me, I just kind of get left with a really horrible feeling. So this race, no expectations. I know I'm not quick. Just going to drive, see what happens. Enjoy the chat, enjoy your company, enjoy your support. And it is just a hobby, you know? Oh! Oh, Daniele Brambilla made a mistake ahead of us, and we kind of fluffed that corner as well.
The car in front of us is Brambilla.
So I got Daniele Brambilla ahead of us. Just goes to show, even the best can make a mistake at any time. We just have to be there to take advantage of it. JT! Hey, how are you, mate? You finally caught a stream after all these months. Good to see you, mate. What time is it where you are?
That lap time was 1:45.02. Sector 3 is 0.41 off the pace. Okay, Dan, your lap time's pretty consistent.
Thank you, Spotter. That's possibly the nicest compliment anyone could give me in endurance racing. Consistent lap times. That's what it's all about.
Gap to Brambilla.
6 minutes to noon. That's not a bad time. It's currently 2 minutes to 5 in the morning here. 2 minutes to 2. 5 minutes to 2 in the morning. I'll get it right. Here in Brisbane, Australia. 5 minutes to 2. There we go. Don't try and work out complicated sums when you're doing 200 kilometers an hour over a blind crest, Dan. Yeah, this is a little bit different to Tuesday Thunder, Jay. This is more of a slow burn, this race. Not necessarily as exciting. But definitely intense. Because these guys are super fast. Yeah, VIR is a ridiculous track. It's very scary. And thank you for the vote of confidence, by the way. You think I'm going to bin it. Much appreciated, mate.
0.00.
Ooh. So 10 people have voted so far. 7 think I'm gonna
2 seconds.
finish the race. 3 think I'm gonna throw it in the wall. That's not bad. Normally it's the other way around. These Tuesday Thunder races that I do, everyone's like, "Nah, you're gonna crash, Dan. That's your signature move." Oh, too wide.
We just had a warning for cutting the track.
That's not bad actually. I managed to get 47 minutes into the race without cutting the track. You're allowed 5 before you get a drive-through penalty. That doesn't count as a bin, JT. It's only a cut track. No, very optimistic thinking of you though, mate. Adam, how is life in Australia with the coronavirus stuff? For me, it's kind of... Well, my work hasn't shut down yet, so I'm still going to work. Although, travel in and out of the country has been banned, basically no international flights. So if you're here, you're here. If you're not,
Sector 2 is yellow.
Tough luck.
Rambia ahead is increasing. It's now 3.2. We think that Philip Arcos has stacked it. Green flag, Sector 2.
ooh, bit too much speed into that corner there. Lost a heap of time. But yeah, kind of business as usual here, but I think things will start to get shut down very soon. Kind of the biggest disappointment for me for this whole coronavirus thing was, well, my wedding. I don't know if you guys are aware, I don't know if you've followed it on my Discord, but oh, there's another cut track.
Stay between the lines, please, Dan.
Yes, Mr. Spotter, will do. Getting a bit complacent here. Yeah, my wedding was booked in
Yellow flag.
for the end of May. And I've got family travelling over from the UK, friends travelling over from the UK, which they now unfortunately cannot do. So it's very much up in the air at the moment whether my wedding is going ahead or not, which kind of sucks, really. Let's be honest. Been looking forward to it for a while now. And it might be off the cards, sadly. Just because people can't get here. And I would really like to get married with my parents there. I think they're both watching the stream now, actually. Just getting asked by Nick on the radio what my tyres are like. Good. Tyres are good. Hanging in there. Not getting too much wear, Nick. Over. So I'm just having private strategy chats on the TeamSpeak radio there, guys. I can't let you in on them. We're discussing how the strat's going. Yeah, that's a bit rough, JT. Adam. Sean. I stopped being a free man 6 years ago, Adam.
From Bia, it is now 3.6.
Mate, I put a ring on it in September. Oh, I don't want to run away from her. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. Ooh. Missed the brakes there.
Faster car behind. He's
Come on,
racing
concentrate, Dan.
Don't expect a blue flag.
Stop thinking about how awesome your fiancé is.
Okay, Dan, you've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
Actually, no, don't stop thinking about how awesome your fiancé is. Just don't think of it right now. We need to focus on apexes and exits. That was not a great lap.
You've just done a 145.72.
7/10 of what we should be doing.
Car on your left. Hold your line. Clear left.
Alexander Jones going for the dive there. Thought I'd give him the room. He didn't really take it. Marius. She's fantastic, mate. Trust me. I've been trying to get her on the sim rig for a while now. She's very reluctant.
Acknowledged. Pit stop requested. Acknowledged. Pit request cancelled.
She's been very reluctant to get on the sim rig though, I'm afraid. Very reluctant. She did try Project Cars once. The mountain stage run.
When we exit the pits, we'll be in P9, just behind E9. The gap behind has now decreased to 7.2. The car behind's a faster class. What's your speed?
Don't know why it keeps on telling me to come into the pits. Don't need a pit stop just yet. Hey, Ultiman, how are you, mate? But yeah, going back to my story. She did try the Project Cars once in VR. She decided to use the clutch instead of the brakes, and then ploughed straight into an Armco barrier on the California mountain stage. Proceeded to put her arms up in front of her face and scream. I thought Jeffrey Becker in the LMP3 was going to try around the outside then, so I backed off and gave him a bit of room, but he didn't take it. Should have just kept my foot in it. Hopefully he gets me before the S's. I'm going to lift off and give him a little bit. Oh, come on! Jeffrey Becker has cost me quite a lot of time because he just doesn't want to overtake me. Come on, mate. Come on.
Alright.
There we go. Thank you very much. Cost me 3.5 seconds, mate. That's put Andy Dixie. We've lost 7 seconds to Andy Dixie over the last few laps. He's a bit slow. Ultimate, I'm good, mate. Hey, Sean Smith, good to see you, mate. How are you?
That lap was a 147.58.
Thanks, Marius. I saw that. Nick's asking me my fuel. It's good. 12 litres. Uh, 11.5. That wasn't great over the fuel there.
The gap behind.
Over the curbs even.
Yellow flag, caution.
It's not going to be long before we come into the pits.
Green flag, sector 2.
Pit stop approacheth. Not quite going to be able to drag it out to the hour mark. Definitely not. Nick's asking me if I want to double stint the tyres. I just don't think it'll work out on the grip at the end. You reckon?
Okay, Dan. 5 minutes of fuel remaining.
Nick's suggesting that I should keep the tyres on. Nick's suggesting that I should keep the tyres on, double stint them. They're over half wear at the moment. I've not done any stints on really worn out tyres, unfortunately.
Left side.
Oh, Yellow's gone round. Yellow Binsbergen has binned it.
Yellow flag, sector 1.
Now the thing is, if we stay on these tyres, we're going to keep on running 1 minute 45s until the end of the race, maybe even slower. Actually, definitely slower. Because we'll be on full fuel and worn tyres, we'll be doing 46 and 47s. If we come into new tyres,
The gap behind's increased to 6.0.
whoa!
We've gone out of track limits. Keep it between the lines. Yellow flag, sector 2.
360 spin, no scope.
Green flag, sector 2.
Oh, that could have been dangerous. Definitely coming in for tyres now, had a bit of a 360. Oops! We didn't lose a position though. Didn't lose a position. So it looks like we've got 5 litres of fuel left. 5.8 litres of fuel left. And we're averaging 3.36 litres of fuel a lap. So, this is it.
Okay, pit stop requested. Alright, Dan. Very little fuel left. In this lap. Box this lap.
Yes, Mr. Spotter, I beat you to it. Coming in this lap. I won't have enough fuel.
Look out for the pit speed limit. Yellow flag in sector 2. Pit crew is ready. We're halfway through. Should be about 2 minutes of fuel remaining. P3 has gone off. Sector 2 is clear.
Nick on the team radio, the team engineer, is telling me if I can last another lap, then that would be good, because I might be able to make it to the end of the race without making another pit stop. But that's not going to happen. I can't get another lap. I've got nowhere near enough fuel. I'm about half a lap short, and to get that, I'd have to cruise round in top gear. So let's make sure. Do not repair the damage. Full tank of fuel, new soft tyres.
We should come out into position 8, a few seconds behind 8th place.
Running soft tyres here, guys. We come into the pits.
Not bad.
Thank you very much, Sean Smith. £5.
4, 3,
No bin, capital
2,
letters.
1. Box now.
Gonna turn the engine off. Save a bit of time. Have a quick drink of water. Thank you very much for those £5 there, Sean. It's very generous of you, mate. Very generous of you. I hope you guys are enjoying the race so far, enjoying the stream. If you are, leave it a like, say hi in chat, and subscribe to see more. And also, if you want to be extremely nice and extremely generous like Sean just did, feel free to donate to the stream as well. Every single dollar, every single cent, every single penny that you give me gets invested straight back into the stream. Start the engine back up again.
The lead car's pitting. All done, go!
And now we have a full tank of fuel, fresh soft tyres.
There's a car approaching, watch your mirrors, stay behind the white line. There's a faster car approaching, he's racing us for position, don't expect a blue flag. 6th place, your tyres are cold, watch out, your brakes are cold, take it easy.
We're in 6th position. Hello, Nick De Silva. How are you, mate? Shouldn't you be racing right now? Are you meant to be in the race? I'm sure I went wheel to wheel before. You've not crashed, have you? Or you're just in a pit stop? Well, I'm happy to help your boredom, Sean. Happy to help out, mate. If you're one of these vulnerable people who has to stay at home, then it's my responsibility as a YouTube content creator to keep you entertained. So I hope you're having a good time, hey? Oh no, Nick!
Softs.
Sorry to hear that, mate. Sorry to hear you deaded. Oh, mate, unlucky. We had a decent battle before as well.
On your left. Be on the left.
So we now have fresh tyres, a full tank of fuel. We're in P6. P6? My teammate James is leading.
The gap behind is now 5.3 seconds. You've just done a 148.00.
Oh, I forgot I can brake late again now. I've got tyres. Jeez. Okay, concentrate down. Let's get some fast laps in. Let's close that gap and make use of the tyres.
Okay, Dan, there's a faster car bearing down on you. He's the class leader.
Oh. Michele Ricky in the LMP3 coming up behind. He's going to catch us just before the S's.
The gap to
So I'll give him the position.
is now 4.9.
I'll give him the position after the hairpin at the end. I'm not giving up. I need to maintain the lap time. He can get me on the straight. He's too far back anyway. If we can save some fuel, we might be able to make it to the end of the race. Might be able to make it to the end of the race. Got the leader coming up behind us. I'm going to lift off and give him the position.
Left side. Left side's clear.
Minimal time loss, guys. No point fighting with him into the corner and being put off. We've lost a second, but it could have been a lot more. Roger. Nick's just saying he needs to be right back. Okay, P6. See, I told you guys, we just need to keep it stable.
You've just done a
and the race will come to us.
5.9.
Got Andy Dixie about 6 seconds behind. Can hold him off the end of the race, but he is very fast in that Speedy Mike McLaren.
Away from the guy behind. The gap's now 9.3 seconds.
I think Mr. Spotter's getting confused with his gaps there. It's definitely not 9 seconds. It's definitely 6. I think it'll be a bit of a tall order to catch up to Bram Biller ahead of us. He's rapid. But if we can hold on 6, that would be great.
The gap to Brambilla in front is now 7.8 seconds.
Oh, these new tyres feel amazing. I'm so glad I did that at the pits. But yeah, depending on how we go for fuel, we might be able to stretch it to the end of the race. It's going to be so tight. My teammate Olivier Fortin retired, by the way, JT. Not exactly sure why. I think he had a bit of a tangle. So he's out of the race. And my other teammate, James Johnson, looks like he's in the lead of the race at the moment. But I think that's because he's came in and changed, fueled up, but he's not changed his tyres. So he's trying to double stint his tyres to the end of the race.
That last lap was at 1:44.05.
Yeah, we've worked our way up the order to 6th. Not exactly sure how, considering we haven't overtaken anybody.
Incident in Sector 2. Sector 2 is yellow. Sector 2 is clear.
Someone with a yellow flag up ahead of us.
P6.
Hopefully Andy Dixie and Rafiki Afiat behind us start to battle and slow each other down. Take the pressure off, because Andy will catch me in no time, I'm sure. Oh, so much more grip on these new tyres. You can't fall asleep, Marius. It's the middle of the afternoon there, mate. I should be the one falling asleep. It's 2:15 in the morning. Come on, mate.
The gap to Brambilla ahead is now 6.7 seconds.
I don't think we're going to have enough to save on fuel, guys. We have to start properly lifting and coasting. Need to save a lap. I'd rather go flat out, use some of the pace, and see how we fall. It's gonna be so close. If we get a code 80, that could just tip us over the edge.
Your lap time was at 1:44.46.
Slide in the rear out a little bit there. Can I just say, by the way, thank you very much everyone who's tuned in. It's great to have you here. There's always so much support for these VLMC races. Every single one who, every single person who basically follows in chat, it's just, you're an absolute legend. Really appreciate it. These streams always go down a treat. Bit loose on the rear there. Hey Ed, welcome back to the stream, mate. I've got 7 seconds to Bram Biller ahead of us. I don't think I'm going to catch him unless he makes a mistake. I've also got Andy Dixie closing me down behind, but P6 is good. P6 is nice. Just hold it steady for 50 minutes.
The gap to Brambilla ahead is now 7.3 seconds.
And hopefully we can just about scrape through on the fuel and not have another pit stop. Because if we do come in for another pit stop, it's literally going to be for like 3 litres or 4 litres or something. We're only a lap short at the moment, so we could try and save, but yeah. Marius.
That time was 1:44.10. Sector 1 is 0.37 off the pace.
Binning it is my signature move, didn't you know?
Class car approaching.
Okay, we got Jeffrey Becker coming up behind us in the LMP3. This guy was very reluctant to overtake us last time, despite me moving offline several times for him. So I'm not going to give him the privilege or the pleasure. If he's getting past on a straight, because I'm on a charge and I cannot lose any more time than I have to. Nick De Silva, yeah, that's very true. I do scare very easily. I mean, all I have to do is look at the depression lumps in turn 1 at Sebring, and then I'm off the road. A bump scares me. Tell you what else scares me. The thought of getting a good result. OSR gang coming to my mirrors. OSR.
Blue flag.
Jeffrey can get me on the straight, because to move offline in this final section just loses a heap of time, and he's not with me anyway just yet. He'll get me on the straight nice and easy, provided he's not got wing damage and some kind of speed deficit. Make my intentions clear. Oh, actually no, he comes into the pits. Problem solved. Just saw him peel off into the pit lane in the mirrors there.
That was a 1:44.56.
Okay, so running in the mid 144s at the moment. This is good. It's better than my pace before, which was 45s.
The gap to Brambilla ahead is increasing. It's now 8.6 seconds.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to get Brambilla on pace. And don't listen to what the spotter says, it's not Brambilla, it's Brambilla. Because he's Italian, not Spanish. He doesn't have the double L y sound. I have that on good authority. That good authority being Aidan Millward, who is currently commentating the actual official live broadcast of this race over on the SRC YouTube channel. I think I put a link to it in the description, but if not, you should definitely check that out. I think Ed might be able to post a link in chat to that as well. You might want to dual screen, split screen, watch both broadcasts at the same time, because the guys over at the VLMC and the VEC official broadcasts always do an absolutely fantastic job, so you should definitely check that out. You can get a picture of the whole race as well, not just my perspective, as lovely as I am. As much as you like to watch me, you can see the whole race. Lots of love for Jimmy Allison and the crew. Our overlord and master. What kind of lap time have we got?
That lap was a 1:44.39. Sector 3 is 0.45 off the pace. Good consistency. Keep them coming.
Thank you, Mr. Spotter. I'll take that.
There's a faster car approaching.
We've got a yellow flag.
Green flag, Sector 1. The gap to Brambilla ahead is now 9.0.
Yeah, Brambilla's pulling out about a second a lap on me by the looks of things. We've got Rob Timpen in the LMP3 coming up behind us. So we might start to get a bit more traffic over the next few laps.
Blue flag.
JT, you like seeing me feed my front split of grass, so I'll stay here.
You're right.
Well, that's a good a reason as any, I guess. A minor screen freeze there from rFactor 2 by the looks of things, a little bit of stutter. It's not good. bit too much curb on the inside. Compromises the exit as Gianluca Di Matteo comes into the pits there. He was a lap down anyway.
Your lap time was at 1:44.79. Sector 1 is 0.49 off the pace. Sector 2 is 0.14 off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.7 off the pace. Okay, Dan, there's a faster class car approaching. The gap behind is now 9.1 seconds.
Now JT, about rFactor 2, I want to make something very clear. It's got day-night, it's got wet-dry, it's got dynamic track surface, it's got tyre flex. The physics are amazing, the force feedback is amazing, the graphic is good, the VR is incredible.
Includes the class leader.
However, that is only when it all works. When it doesn't work, it's pain. And it often doesn't work. So it's one of those things, it's like you want to love it. You really want to love rFactor 2, but it really does make it difficult sometimes.
Ahead is now 8.9.
On your right. You're right.
I've never actually tried iRacing, Alexander, so that's not a comparison I can make, unfortunately. I've never pulled the trigger, basically, on the subscription charges, because I'm not exactly the most flush with cash sim racer.
That was a 145.15.
And also iRacing as well, with the whole subscription thing, it's like an ongoing cost. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of like a gym membership. It's one of those things that you pay for and then you feel guilty about not using. You know, you always have in the back of your mind, oh, I'm paying a subscription. You know, I should go iRacing, or oh, I'm paying for my gym membership, I really should go. And then you don't go, and then you feel worse about it, and you end up spending all this money on something that you don't really use that much. Because let's be real for a moment, guys, I work a full-time job.
The gap behind is now.
I'm about to get married. I haven't got much free time, and the free time I do have is either taken up with these VLMC races or Tuesday Thunder with OzNZ. And even when I'm not doing that, I'm thinking of videos to record, like Automobilista 2 reviews, or Racer Rim reviews, or just, you know, AI races, or just something fun, you know, something that's topical. So, it's kind of like, I want to play iRacing, but unless I can do sim racing 24/7 and do that as my job,
Faster class car approaching.
I can't really justify it at the moment. And that's the same reason why I'm still racing on a $5 rig. You know, the chair cost $2, the armrests were from Bunnings, sheets of perspex and some lockable shelf hinges. It's as DIY as you can get, guys, it really is.
3, blue flag. Sector 3 is 0.7 off the pace.
The desk was like $10 from the tip shop, and I'm using a Logitech G29 which is about 3 years old. You know?
Yellow flag in sector 1.
I think Nick Newcomb was trying to get past me then and misjudged his braking point. Just saw him going off into the distance, unfortunately.
Green flag sector 2. Sector 1 is clear.
Sorry if I caused Nick Newcomb to have an off then, but that was my braking point. I didn't brake any earlier than I normally would.
The gap behind is now 8.9 seconds.
But yeah. Let me know in chat if you'd like to see a rig video, guys. It's nothing spectacular, but if that'd be something you're interested in, I could throw something like that together. The perfect sim doesn't exist, Thomas. We're pretty close to the perfect sim. I mean, we are absolutely spoilt these days for choice. I mean, I personally love race room racing experience, but it lacks some very fundamental features such as weather and night racing. I also like Automobilista 2. I'm very interested to see how Automobilista 2 turns out.
145.36.
The beta has been very promising so far. I haven't tried the most recent builds, only the first beta.
Okay, Dan, there's a faster car approaching.
But the VR implementation, the graphics are amazing, and the physics do feel pretty good. Even though it uses the same engine as Project Cars 2, it doesn't feel like Project Cars 2, you know? But yeah, Race Room is my personal favourite. I'd recommend that. RF2 is good. RF2 is... When RF2 works, it's absolutely fantastic. Nothing comes close. But it has its frustrations. And it's very technical. It's not kind of a plug and play, you know, set it up and away you go kind of sim. You have to do a lot of configuring. You have to do a lot of work behind the scenes. And then things can break for no reason. Cameron Cesano behind us.
The gap behind is now 9.4 seconds.
Alright, right side's clear.
Let's tuck in and use the slipstream a little bit, save a bit of fuel. It's going to be so close to the end of the race, guys. We are neck and neck whether we're going to make it or not.
Faster car behind.
Oh, someone's gone off ahead of us. Who's that? No, don't rejoin.
Yellow flag.
Ogre's on sole there. Jelly Binsbergen coming past in the LMP3. AKA very important potato. Good to see you, mate.
That last lap was a 145.24. Alright, Dan, that's good consistency. Keep it up.
That's the third time I've heard consistency from Mr. Spotter today. I like this. I like it when he gives me compliments. RF2 does have very good AI. Race Room's got very good AI as well though. Race Room AI is a lot more fighty. You know, I have better battles in Race Room than I do with rFactor 2 AI, and the adaptive AI feature in Race Room is pretty damn good as well. Like in rFactor 2, it's good, but you have to configure it. You kind of have to know your level. You know, you could do a race, the AI could be 2 seconds slower than you. So, you change the setting and then they could be 2 seconds faster. And you can do all these test races and tweak, whereas in Race Room, it keeps a track of how you perform, basically.
The gap to Rambia ahead is now 10 seconds.
And then uses that data to dictate the speed of the AI in future races. So, the more races you do against the AI in Race Room, the more it knows you as a driver. And you can basically just jump in any car track combination after, you know, a few races and just it knows.
On your left. Clear left.
You've just done a 145.19. Yellow flag in sector 2.
So Race Room's a lot easier to just kind of get into, you know? You can just pick it up and play, whereas rFactor 2 you might have to spend a bit more time tweaking it. But in the end you might get a better result with rFactor 2 if you can be bothered tweaking it. Ooh, the rear tyres are getting a bit slidey there, starting to lose a little bit of grip. And we're still hanging on to P6. Looks like we've dropped Andy Dixie behind us though. We've got Rafiki in P7 behind us now. We're not really closing up on Brambilla, we're kind of keeping the gap a little bit more stable now. We're coming up a little bit more lap traffic. I'm going to try and save a bit more fuel now. In rFactor 2, you have to pay for the game and then pay for DLC. But in rFactor 2, you can get free mods on the Steam Workshop.
Okay, Dan, it's a faster class car.
However, the quality is a bit hit and miss sometimes. Some mods are absolutely fantastic. Some of them are kind of half finished. So you really have to check them and test them. Whereas in Race Room, the base game is completely free to play. You do get a few cars and tracks, not many, but enough to play for free. And if you like it, you then buy individual cars and tracks over the top of it. So, and you can try the cars for free before you buy them as well. So in rFactor 2, you have to buy them and that's it. Whereas in Race Room, you can take them for a test drive, but you can't take circuits for a test drive in Race Room. You have to buy the circuits. You can't try them before you get them. But the cars, you can try any car you like. At the moment, Race Room, because of the whole coronavirus thing and people being stuck inside, at the moment Race Room is actually completely free for everything. So you can download the game for free, you play the game for free, and try every single car and track combination for free. But it's only for a limited time. So now is the perfect time to try Race Room, actually. Getting lapped by David Junt.
You are clear on the right.
Gonna tuck in behind him, save a little bit of fuel. I think we got Jean-Paul Van Oerle up ahead of us. He's a lapped car though in the GT3. He's a lap down. Yeah, Jay, Race Room's really going through a boom at the moment.
Watch out. That lap time was 1:45.38. We think Newcomb has gone off. Sector 3 is clear. Sector 3 is 0.6 off the pace.
My teammate James Johnson is getting very agitated on the radio. I'm not sure if you could hear him in the background on my earpiece then. That was a rather loud scream. Someone is very much in his way. I think he's having problems with a lapped car. Race Room is very good in VR. You have to turn the settings down a little bit compared to other sims because the engine is a little bit old now. It's not as well optimized, but it is very good in VR, very stable.
Sector 3 is yellow. The gap behind is now 9.7.
Oh, too wide.
We can see Snyder has crashed. Sector 3 is clear. Okay, Dan, we've gone out of track limits. Keep it between the lines.
Okay, so that's 3 cut tracks. We're allowed 5 before we get a drive-through penalty. We've got half an hour left in the race. I've also got Assetto Corsa Competizione recently, but I haven't really tried it enough. I need to spend more time on it to get a solid opinion. The VR in Assetto Corsa Competizione is absolutely terrible though. So for someone who does pretty much 99% videos are VR, it kind of doesn't really encourage me to try it. But everyone says it's amazing, so I really should. Alexander, thank you very much for the subscribe, mate. That's awesome.
Sector 1 is clear.
Much appreciated. Great to have you on the channel. Thank you for supporting me, mate. Every like, every subscribe is massively appreciated. So, yeah, it's great to have you here. Thank you, sir. Jean-Paul Van Earl giving me the position there. I should probably get in and... There we go, flash my lights.
You are clear on the left.
Use a bit of slipstream, save a bit of fuel, save a few revs, and lap another car. Oh, come on, rFactor 2, play nice. I'm having a few stutters now, that's not encouraging. Got some more yellow flags.
The gap behind is now 9.5. That's good consistency, keep it up. You've just done a 145.48.
Just got to log those laps. We've now got 30 minutes left in the race. We're now 3/4 of the way through. This is flying by. I'm amazed how quick this race is going, actually. Currently running in P6. Wow. Wasn't expecting that today. Although
There's a faster class car behind.
there's going to be question marks at the end of the race whether we've got enough fuel. Is there going to be enough fuel? It's going to be touch and go. And is it going to rain? I don't think so. The clouds look okay. There was slight forecast of rain in the pre-race, but I don't think that's going to materialize. Gently does it. So yeah, we've lost touch with Brambilla a little bit more ahead of us. So we're still holding on to P6 nicely.
Blue flag.
Getting some blue flags here. We're given the position on the straight. No point giving him before that. Old Simon Marshall, who was another guest on my video last time out. The VLMC Sebring race highlights. I'm going to keep it to the left. It looks like he's got the overlap on me there.
Clear right.
Tuck it into 6, get the slipstream.
That lap was a 144.93.
I might check in with Nick, my race engineer, and see how my fuel's going. Actually, he can run the numbers.
Car right. Right side's clear.
I can hear them talking on the radio at some point now. There's some kind of strategy going on because they're running
The gap's now 8.6.
4th, maybe? Nick, when you get a sec, can you check my fuel as well, mate? I'll give you the numbers. Average 3.33. 51.9 remaining. Just... I don't think I'm going to have enough, he's saying. Might have to make a second pit stop unless we get a code 80.
Incident in Sector 1. Sector 1 is yellow. We think that Torres has spun off. Green flag Sector 1.
Okay, thanks Nick. What kind of numbers do you think?
Front is now 12 seconds. Your lap time was 145.59.
I've been told if I want to make it to the end without stopping again, I've got to fuel save as much as possible. So I'm going to start short shifting like crazy.
Car left. Left side's clear. Right side's clear.
Getting past the traffic there, Ryan Walker. I'm really going to start short shifting now, guys.
The gap behind
I need to get that fuel number down. Otherwise it's going to cost me 20 seconds in the pits. And that could blow our position 6. But then other people might have to make stops as well. You just never know. Luckily, there's quite a lot of grunt in this Aston Martin GT3 car, so short shifting doesn't really affect it too badly, but I'll have to do a little bit of lift as well. Try and save as much lap time as I can though. And the trick is also not to slide it, not to slide the rears, because then the traction control kicks in and uses more fuel as well. So just gently does it, Dan. Gently does it. We've got 24 minutes left in the race. We have to save some serious fuel. I'm not sure what the gap behind me is though. Hopefully the spotter says it over the line.
You've just done a 146.00. The gap to Brambilla ahead is now 14 seconds.
Okay, so my fuel numbers are coming down now. That last lap I used 3.23 litres. I was averaging 3.33 before, so that's 0.1 of a litre a lap. I'm about half a lap short at the moment on my fuel.
You're pulling away. The gap behind is now 14 seconds.
Nice! So I have the gap behind in order to do the fuel saving. So I can ease off maybe a second a lap or so, and I'm not going to be in danger too much. Because I'm definitely not going to catch Brambilla ahead of us. What do you reckon, guys? Do you think we can do it?
There's a faster car approaching.
The element of strategy is kicking in. So that wasn't too slow.
The gap to Brambilla ahead is now 14 seconds. That lap was a 145.30. Yellow flag in sector 1.
We might be able to make it to the end of the race, guys. That lap was 3.20 litres.
Green flag sector 1.
Just coasting the car through. It feels so unnatural to be driving this slow. But there's literally half a lap in it, guys. That's all I need to save now. We've got Nick Newcomb behind us in the LMP3.
Blue flag. Sector 2 is yellow.
And for the second time this race, I can see Nick Newcomb spinning in the rear mirror behind me. He's not having a good one.
Green flag sector 2.
I could really do with someone to slingshot me along the track now and use some slipstream behind them, just save a bit of fuel.
Alright Dan, there's a faster car approaching.
I'm not sure about the average fuel use of all the different cars. I think the McLaren is thirstier. It uses more fuel, but it has a larger tank, so this Aston can do 115 litres. The McLaren has 120.
Your last lap time was at 145.45.
Okay, massive fuel saving. That last lap was 3.13 litres. We could do this. We could do this. It's going to be so tight.
Yellow flag.
Feels so unnatural lifting. Gonna get Lazarus behind, lift off a bit as well,
Left side.
give him the corner,
Left.
and also save a bit of fuel in the process.
Minutes remaining, you've got 20 minutes left. The gap to Brambilla ahead is increasing. It's now 16 seconds.
Hopefully we can use some of the slipstream from Lazarus. So we've managed to cut our fuel use by 0.2 litres a lap. We've got 12 seconds to Andy Dixie behind us in the Speedy Mite.
The gap behind is now 15 seconds.
15 seconds to Andy Dixie, my bad. Fuel's down to 3.1 a lap now. Nick, is that okay? Thanks, mate. Just having a chat with my engineer.
That last lap was a 146.00.
Kickstart my crew. I've never tried air racing, so I can't make a comparison really, unfortunately, but rFactor 2 is pretty damn good. You might just have to spend a lot of time playing with settings and configurations, but once it all works, it's pretty good. So we're still keeping the gap to Andy Dixie relatively stable behind us. We're not going to catch Brambilla, that's for sure. Oh, no, 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 come on, Dan. Oh, that wasn't a cut track. That was good.
We've been warned about track limits.
Now that was a cut track. Just ran a little bit wide there. Ran out of track.
The gap behind is now 15 seconds. Yellow flag in sector 2. Sector 1
No
is
problem,
clear.
kickstart my crew. Sadly, I can't give you an iRacing comparison, mate.
Sector 2 is clear.
I can hear the guys on the radio saying there should be a code 80 because there's a car going around without a rear wing. Which would massively help with the fuel saving, of course.
Sector 2 is yellow.
Code 80! Code 80!
We think Unt has binned it. Green flag, sector 2.
There's a code 80. There's a code 80, which means that all the cars have to observe 80 kilometers an hour around the track. Basically, virtual safety car. There's someone running around without a rear wing. This is excellent for fuel. This is excellent for fuel. I can hear people complaining on the radio that Daniele Brambilla and James Johnson needs tyres. Whew. Okay. People are basically wondering whether they should make a pit stop or not. Sean Jacobs calling a code 80 on the team radio there. This is perfect. We're going to make it into the race, and the tyres get a little bit cool as well. There's a lot of discussion going on in my earpiece right now. Should we pit? Shouldn't we pit? I'm going to stay out. I'm going to stay out. The tyres are good. The fuel is good. I think James is going to pit. Yeah, I need to play it safe for the last 15 minutes of the race. Need to play it safe for the last 5 minutes of the race. 15 minutes of the race. Just waiting for the call from Sean Jacobs that the code 80's been lifted once that car is back to the pits without the rear wing. Hope you guys are enjoying the race and the stream so far.
15 minutes left, that's 15 minutes.
If you are, don't forget to leave it a like, say hi in chat, and subscribe to see more of this kind of content. Also, if you're really enjoying it, there is also the option to donate to the stream. But only if you feel like it. Okay, we're really saving enough fuel now. We're really saving enough fuel. Okay, get ready to go green in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, cold brakes, cold tyres.
Incident in Sector 1. Sector 1 is yellow.
And there's been a crash immediately.
Green flag Sector 1. Yellow flag Sector 2.
There's furious calculations on the team radio right now whether we can actually push and use some fuel. Whether we're safe now.
Sector 2 is clear.
We didn't make any positions, no one pitted ahead of us unfortunately. James pitted, but he's that far down the road he managed to come back out straight ahead of us again.
Okay, pit stop requested.
No, Mr. Spotter. I might ask Nick how my fuel's going. Yeah, I'm going to ask Nick how my fuel's going. Want to get on the straight, of course. I'm not pressing the broadcast button while I'm in the middle of a corner. Nick, I've got 31.2 left. Will I be okay? Can I push? Awesome. Thanks, mate. Nick doing a fantastic job on the strat today again.
P9, a few seconds behind Snyder. Okay, pit request cancelled. The gap to Brambilla ahead is increasing. It's now 19 seconds.
So I'm not going to catch Brambilla ahead of us.
Yellow flag Sector 1.
If people start making mistakes and start spinning, we could gain a position, but we're in P6 with 12 minutes and 20 seconds left in the race. This is good. We could be on for a good result, guys.
That was a 145, 122. The car behind's a faster class.
Got a few LMP3s coming up behind us.
The gap behind has now decreased to 12 seconds.
Yeah, Alex. I'm on TeamSpeak at the moment, and I can hear my teammates. I've got an in-ear headphone which doesn't go out to the broadcast because we discuss strategy, and we don't want that information going out to the competitors who could then use that information to, undercut us in the race. We take this thing kind of seriously. But I can hear them in the in-ear. You can't. And there's obviously my teammates, and there's a dedicated engineer who looks at all the numbers. He can see my telemetry, he can see my fuel, and yeah, makes calls.
Watch out. Right side. Green flag Sector 2.
Nick Dealey, he does all the setups for the car as well. Looks at all the telemetry from practice. He's an absolute wizard. I believe he's a real life mechanic engineer as well, like real life racing. So
there's a faster car behind. He's class leader.
One of the perks of racing for Zansho is it's a very professional organisation. I would love to be able to broadcast you the radio I'm hearing, but yeah, I'm not allowed to, guys. And that's the same reason you can't see my tyres and fuel information on the bottom left of the screen, which you would normally see on my other videos. Because all of that information could be used against us.
Blue flag. The guy guy behind's catching. The gap's now 11 seconds.
We've got Michele Ricky, the LMP1 class leader.
Alright, Dan, 10 minutes to go.
Gonna wait until after these corners.
Smooth with that throttle, keep it balanced.
I'm gonna leave it to the right hand side of the track, make my intentions clear. Let him take the position. No, Alex, only an rFactor 2 for Zansho. They're predominantly in an rFactor 2 team. They do a bit of iRacing as well. I know that Lewis McGlade, if he's watching right now, he does NASCAR for iRacing. I do a lot of race room races. I do a lot of race room content. But Zansho aren't present in race room.
Past the car behind.
Got some more LMP3 traffic. I can't even speak. My brain's going. It's 3 in the morning here in Brizzy, in Australia. We got an LMP3 car coming up behind us. Alexander Jones. No chance of catching Brambilla ahead of us.
Your last lap time was at 1:45.50.
Pretty safe gap to the car behind. So I guess you could say I'm doing some social distancing in this race.
Blue flag.
Oh, come on, rFactor 2, don't do that to me. Not now. Don't do that to me. Hold it together. You've got 8 minutes left in the race to hold it together, come on.
The gap behind is now 10 seconds. On your left.
6 AM Sticky over in New Zealand. Have you done an all-nighter to watch this? Mate, you're insane. Have you stayed up all night watching this stream? You're crazier than I thought.
Okay, Dan, there's a faster class car approaching.
Got another LMP3 coming up behind. Andy Dixie's closed up a heap of time by the looks of it though. Oh, maybe it's just the relative playing around. Had me worried for a second. I thought it's only 6 seconds. Sticky, you had a nap before the ACC race. How did that go, by the way? I haven't checked in on the results from OzNZ this evening.
On your right.
There goes Rob Timpen.
On the right.
Gonna tuck in and use his slipstream, save a little bit of fuel, get a little bit more speed.
That lap was at 1:45.74. Sector 1 is clear. There's a faster class car approaching.
Got 6 minutes left in the race. Oh, of course, you'd have been staying up all night as well, Jay. Well, I hope I've made it worthwhile. Hope it's not been too sleepy for you. Kept you entertained and awake. You got the coffee on standby. Tell you what, I still want a snack. I'm still thinking about those crisps and drinks that Adam Rainey mentioned before.
You've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining. The gap behind is now 9.2 seconds. Yellow flag.
Someone's off. Someone's off. It's not a freebie, it's a lap car.
We think that Snyder has binned it. Sector 2 is clear.
Yep, Snyder's had a few. Oh, ham and cheese toasty. Don't tempt me, Frodo. Oh, I'm so hungry right now, Sticky. First thing I'm doing when the stream finishes is getting a snack. Maybe having a whiskey, perhaps, as well. Help me get to sleep. Because I've got lunch with the in-laws tomorrow. Fish and chips down by the water. So, yeah, currently 5 minutes past 3 in the morning. Won't be getting much sleep today, I'll tell you that, guys. Okay.
You've just done a 1:45.34. Lap times are pretty consistent.
Not the most exciting race. We haven't really been in any battles with anybody. We haven't really overtaken anybody.
We can take them. That's 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes. Snyder behind is pitting.
We've kind of just kept out of trouble with the LMP3s. Drove a very comfortable pace. Going to get a solid result. If I'd have driven my heart out and gone for absolute maximum pace, not only would I have probably not kept up with the guys ahead anyway, I probably would have thrown the car in the wall by now. So I'm feeling pretty good.
Incident in Sector 2. Sector 2 is yellow. Yellow flag in Sector 3. Green flag Sector 2.
Got another LMP3 off? Oh no, you didn't, Alexander Jones.
Has gone off.
You just wiped out all the corner markers. You just wiped out all the corner markers. So I don't know where the braking points are now. Alexander Jones.
It's really new in. The gap's now 8.1 seconds. Blue flag.
Unfortunately, Lucas, I'm going to lift out of this.
Left side. Clear left.
Unfortunately, Lucas, I still have to go to work on Monday, so this really throws my sleep schedule out.
There's a faster car approaching.
I've actually lost a little bit of time there. I wanted to give him the position, but he was quite hesitant, so I had to lift off quite a bit.
The lap time was at 1:46.85. Clear left.
Andy Dixie's only 5 seconds behind now. Got maybe 2 laps left in this race. We've got plenty of fuel. Plenty of fuel. We managed to save more than enough. We have 13 litres remaining, and we're using 3.3 litres a lap at the moment. I'm still using a lot less fuel than I could. If I was really pushing it, I could be up in the 3.5 litres a lap. I'm going to use a bit more revs. Too right, Lucas. Too right, mate. I miss college days. Two minutes 20 to go in the race. We're holding on to it. We're in P6. I'm not going to get excited, guys. I'm not going to get excited. All I'm going to say is my best result of the season so far is 6th place, and that was in the very first race of the season about 6 months ago at Sepang. A horrendously wet race.
2 minutes to go. 2 minutes.
I could have been on for a 5th in Sebring last time out, but the bumps in turn 1 killed me, as I'm sure a few of you might be aware. Okay. This could be it. Is this the last lap?
That lap time was 1:45.
Excuse me.
Sector 1 is 1.4 off the pace.
It really depends on when the race leader crosses the finish line. As soon as the time hits 0, then as soon as the LMP3 leader, the overall race leader, crosses the line, the race is over. So it could be this lap, it could be the next lap, we just don't know. I do have enough fuel to last another couple of laps, so I'm safe either way.
5 minutes of fuel remaining. 5 minutes.
Here we go. Keep it steady. Keep it steady, that's right, Sean.
Yellow flag. Keep your wits about you, mate.
No! Mike McKeer facing the wrong way at the top of the hill. That's dangerous. That could have been a horrible rejoin. A head-on collision with an LMP3 on the second to last lap of the race. That's not what anybody wants. Andy Dixie's getting a little bit closer, but I don't think he's going to get us. .6 litres remaining. We should be okay. We're just going to be okay on fuel. Apparently Nick is telling me we've got 2 laps to go. Don't know how that works. Okay, the leader is on their final lap.
Last lap. You've just done a 1:45.27. We're running on fumes, mate.
Oh, it's going to be close on the fuel. It's going to be a lot closer than I thought. Yep, last lap of the race. Last lap of the race! We've got just enough fuel to make it after some critical fuel saving in the middle stage of the race. Fortunately, a code 80 came out and helped us. Gave us a little bit more of a buffer.
Faster car behind. He's racing us.
Otherwise, it would have been touch and go whether we needed to make a second pit stop in the race. Ah, Lewis! Gamosaurus! How are you, mate?
Seconds.
Welcome home. The race is going well. It's been a pretty steady one. Just been doing my own thing, managing my own pace, crossing my fingers that rFactor 2 doesn't decide to self-combust. And I don't get taken out by any of the LMP3s. Been doing some fuel saving.
Car on your right.
And we're in P6. Okay, checkered flag. Checkered flag. Oh, come on, rFactor 2, don't do that. We've got 3 corners left to go. Screen freezes. I thought that was it then. I thought the game was going to hang, as it did at the Nürburgring and Imola. Last corner. Last corner. Is this it? Is this it? Is this the end? Is there a guy waving a checkered flag, or we do one more lap? There's a checkered flag!
P6. There's the finish. Good drive.
Yes! Woohoo! Yes! Equals the best result of the season. Whoa!
Left side's clear.
Maybe that wasn't the most exciting race you've ever seen, guys, but I needed that so much. I needed that so much. So many races this season. I've had technical difficulties. I've had technical difficulties. I've had DDF difficulties. Not today. Despite rFactor 2 giving me one hell of a scare on the final lap there. Thankfully it happened on the straight. We managed to keep out of trouble. We came home in P6. Yes! Oh, guys. Just waiting for the other people to finish. And then I can bring them up on the TeamSpeak. There's a bit of a chat going on in my ear. Yeah, Lucas. We had 11 votes in that race, and 72.73% of you said that I wouldn't bin it. Now, how to define bin? Did I spin? Yes. Did I make contact with another car? Yes. Did I come into the pits for damage repairs? No. Did I retire from the race? No. So I guess that vote is pretty useless because you can define bin however you want to define it.
Box in 5, 4.
But in my
3,
opinion, I did not bin that
2,
race.
1. Box now.
Log building finished.
Oh, I'm sore. Let me... Let me see if I can put the TeamSpeak on. So let's see, let's move it over to spectator mode and see where we finished. That's not a bad result. Am I okay to put the TeamSpeak on broadcast now, guys? Is everyone happy for me to do that?
James, see you later.
Cheers, Eric.
Yeah,
See you
take care,
later.
Jared.
See you, Eric.
Disconnected from your channel.
Where did everyone finish in the end? Where did you finish, James? Oh, he's gone. I think he's gone.
P3.
Oh, nice. I could hear you guys on the radio during the race. Just couldn't keep up with the race. Was Eric second, or what happened? I know there was a lot of traffic.
Oh, it's just the slow satellite GT that was just nowhere, and just blocking the entire time. Like, just hovering on the middle, like not on the apex, but just off it, like trying to leave room, but then not leave room.
Kind of being indecisive a bit, yeah.
Yeah, and like you're trying to guess something that can't really guess, and then they're just like, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'll be back in a second. I need to speak to Speedy Mike, guys.
No worries.
Okay.
I just want to say as well, thanks for your help today, Nick. The guys couldn't hear you on the stream because obviously we're secret squirrels discussing strategy, but the amount of setup work that you've done, the amount of telemetry work you've done, people were asking during the stream who I was talking to, who this Phantom was. So, no, honestly, the amount of work you do, mate, is just absolutely fantastic, and it is massively appreciated.
All right.
Finished in P6, best result of the season. I'll take that.
Yeah, well done.
Thanks, mate. What happened to Olivier, by the way?
I have no idea.
That's the end of the session. P1.
Yeah, I just heard him getting a bit cranky halfway through, and then he retired from the race.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. You'll have to have a look on the replay when it's available.
Yeah, I'll pop it in the review anyway. I'll see what happens, but yeah. Good stuff. But yeah, I'm going to go and wrap the stream up, mate. But yeah, thanks again massively for your help today. Really appreciate that.
No problem.
Sound muted.
Okay, there we go, guys. That is the stream. I'm going to take this headset off. Because it is very warm here. I think it's still like 22 degrees. It's 20 past 3 in the morning. Let me just fix this up here, guys. There we go. Some beautiful footage from me from practice. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you so much for the race. I'm a little bit lost for words. I'm tired. Yes! Yes! I really needed that. I've had so many frustrating races this year with the VLMC. Finished in P6. We started in P9, lost a spot at the start to Nick De Silva in the Speedymite McLaren GT3. I braked a little bit too early. Maybe he braked a little bit too late. There was a bit of contact, and then the next lap round, he went for the dive again and basically scared me off the track and handed in the position. He had the pace on me, but apparently he didn't finish the race. Yeah, P6, ended up in P6. We had a lot of freebies. I didn't actually overtake a single person today. I stayed out of trouble. I basically didn't... Well, I did spin. That's a lie. I had a 360 at the top of the hill, turn 8 I think it was, which was very scary. But I didn't get any drive-throughs for cutting the track. I didn't get any penalties. I drove a very clean race in my opinion. Stayed out of trouble, stayed out of the LMP3's way, and got a P6, matched my best result. So that's some awesome points. That's some really, really awesome points for the season, which I really, really need. I'm not sure where that puts me in the championship. Actually, I'll see if I can bring up the championship. Let me see if I can do that. Let me see if I can bring that up on the screen right now, guys. Oh, Mantas, congratulations, mate. Position 2, even with the drive-through. Yeah, you came out of the pits just in front of me when you served your drive-through, mate. I thought I could keep up with you, and then I thought otherwise, because you just went straight into the distance. But yeah, I'm just currently loading up the See if I can get the VLMC Championship standings on screen. Bring up the desktop. Okay, here we go, it's working. Let's have a look at the desktop. So that's not really going to work because it's covering over the left-hand side of the screen. I need to do this. So the chat's not in the way and you can see my beautiful background, which was taken in Manchester about 7 years ago, outside Oxford Street Station. It's probably not there at the moment anyway. Okay, there we go. So that is the championship results so far. Let us zoom in on number 67, our car, Zansho number 67. So you can see in the first race of the season we got a P6. Second race of the season in the Nürburgring we had a screen freeze with about 10 minutes left to go in the race, and we still got a 15th because we finished ahead of a few people. Imola, we had another couple of screen freezes throughout the race. Then we ended up coming on 16th because we had massive damage. We had a big crash which took a heap of repairs. I actually had to skip Sao Paulo. I couldn't take part in that race because I was on holiday. Lewis McGlade stepped into the car for me, took over driving duties, who I will actually be sharing the car with in 4 weeks' time in the 4 Hours Le Mans. And not only will I be sharing it with Lewis McGlade, Aidan Millwood's going to be joining us in the car. So it's going to be a 3-driver team with driver swaps, because over the course of the 4 hours we need to rotate the cars. There's no way I could do from 1 in the morning till 5 in the morning. That's just not going to happen. But yeah, Lewis did absolutely fantastically well and brought the car home in 7th. And then the last race out, I was running in 5th, could have been 4th maybe in Sebring, and I lost it over the bumps in turn 1 with a Ben about 15-20 minutes to go in the race. So it's been a bit up and down. This 6th position is so good. It's exactly what I need. Exactly what I need. So if we have a look at the points, so for a 6th position, it is 15 points. So if we go back to the standings and have a look at us, we are here. So we're currently on 45 points. This will bump our total up to 60. So I'm not sure if Seawolf Net Race scored any points or Go Team Racing number 97 scored any points today. We may jump them and get 7th in the championship. I don't think we'll get anything more than that, because I know that 83 Speedy might. Andy Dixie, welcome to the stream, mate. Good race, good race. I was fuel saving a lot at the end and I thought you might get me, especially when I ran wide at the hairpin. I thought this is it, but just had the pace to catch you. Are you car number 83, Andy? Because if so, that's you in the championship. You're doing well. Up at the top, Olivier Fortin didn't get any points, so he'll still be on 77 because he retired from the race. James Johnson finished in 3rd, so he will be getting 21 points. And Arisi won the race again, I believe, so he'll be getting 30. So unfortunately, the gap at you're number 84. Okay, so that's Nick De Silva. Oh, we'll be very close to Nick De Silva in the standings. We'll be 3 points behind Nick De Silva going into Le Mans. Oh. Oh, Nick. Oh my. That could be tasty. So yeah, despite having a very up and down season, we are still in the top 10 in the championship, and like I said, I'm so glad that I got that P6. Oh, guys. 3:23 in the morning. I think it's time to start wrapping things up. So, let me send it back to this screen. You can see me in all my full, sweaty gloriousness. Thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate the feedback. Everybody who watched the stream, who liked the stream, who donated during the stream, thank you. It's great to have you here. Every single view, every single person, just to have your support throughout these races is fantastic. Content in the future on this channel. What's coming up on the channel? Well, every Tuesday I do OzNZ, Tuesday Thunder. Andrew Dixie has just subscribed. Thank you very much, mate. Great to have you here. Thank you very much for the subscribe. Have a clapping Daniel Ricciardo. Yeah, Mantis, great racing against you, mate. Andy, great racing against you, mate. Sticky, thank you so much for staying up in the middle of the night. It's great to have you here. Yes, Sean, I'm definitely going to have a whiskey. I need something to calm me down, you know. Even though it's 3:30 in the morning, the adrenaline still kicks in, so I don't tend to sleep too well after these races. But yeah, content on the channel. Tuesday at 8:30? No, 8. Tuesday at... Is it 8:30? 6? It is 8:30. My brain's not working. 8:30 AM GMT. I'm going to go racing with the guys at Tuesday Thunder. Sticky, who has been in chat, will be there in that race. We'll be doing DTM 2013 cars at Laguna Seca in Race Room Racing Experience, which is going to be very nice. I'm looking forward to that one a lot. Yes, ACC, I'm going to give that a go. What other stuff have I got coming up on this channel? I'm going to be doing a part 2 for my Automobilista 2 content. I'm going to go back to that game and have a look at what that is like after I... after the full release comes out, because I've had a look at the beta. Thanks, Jay. Thanks, mate. I will catch you soon. I've also got a couple of videos coming up with real-life racing drivers. I'm going to be doing some training sessions with them as part of a couple of videos, and yeah, that should be pretty interesting. There's a lot of racing drivers free at the moment. Got the whole coronavirus thing. Sadly, real-life racing is on hold, and it falls to us, YouTuber sim racers, to fill the gap and provide you with the entertainment you're so dearly missing. Hopefully, I did a good job of that today. If I did, then subscribe to see more, because I'm going to be doing a lot more over the next few weeks and months. And yeah, filling that gap that motorsports has left in your lives. I'm rambling now. I need to go to bed, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Look after yourselves. And I'll see you in the next video, or I'll see you in the next stream. Until then, have a good one. And because I always do this, because I'm such a professional, there is a link to the SoundCloud playlist in the description if you're enjoying the music. If you want to join the conversation more, there is a link to my Discord in the video description as well. So if you want to chat, come along, say hi, and join the conversation there. Alright, I'm really going to go now. See ya!